What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Hidden Power. It's a Thursday afternoon, and we got some really good news to talk about today. The rumors are coming in strong, a lot of corroboration that we might be receiving Fire Red and Leaf Green ports announced on Pokemon Day 2027. We're going to be talking about the full breakdown of what this means, what this is actually going to look like as fans. We're going to be talking about what could actually be included in this release. And then also, in this show, we did get some new information. There's a demo going around for Pokopia, so we're going to talk about that a little bit. And there is also a bunch of rumors for Generation 10. When is there not? So we got a lot to talk about. My name is DustyGogoat. Today I'm joined by TraderLumi.
Hello.
And SoulSilverArt.
What's up?
Good morning, guys. We got ports. It's 2026, and it sounds like we're right there. We're gonna get ports, and I gotta be real with you guys. Like I'm almost like not even that excited because
you don't want to believe it.
I think that's a little bit part of it, but then there's also a part of it where it's like, yeah, I don't want to believe it until it's actually true. But then also, listen, I'd be happy with these, but it's like this might be a little bit too little, too late. That's kind of how I'm feeling.
Oh, wow. Really?
Oh my gosh. I didn't expect the turn of it.
Yeah, that is.
No, I'm excited. I'm excited,
this is a plot twist.
I'm excited, but it's like, what am I going to be doing backflips for? Like this, I don't know. We can get into it.
Yes, we thought you would be doing backflips.
Well, we'll see. We'll see if it actually happens. I think I have a couple stipulations. There's a couple things that I'm hopeful will be included or will be added to make these games actually... Yeah, we can talk about it a little bit.
I get that.
We do have a couple super chats right off the bat. Lewis has been a member for 2 months at the legendary tier. He says ports equals financial turmoil for myself. I'm not. Listen, these aren't going to be like $70. These aren't going to be $70 games.
It was $10 last time.
Yeah.
So I think they'll be more than $10.
Yeah.
Bro, if they do like $60, I'm gonna lose my mind.
No way.
No, I don't think they will.
I think we could probably see like a bundle pack. Like if you get them both as a bundle, maybe, you know, maybe you pay a little bit more, but you're still getting a discount or whatever. But
sure.
Let me hit this one. Let me hit one more super chat. I'll set up the story. And then I want to hear from you guys. I want to get into this. Nerdy Seb, thank you, man, for the super chat. They say goats are online. When I heard the leak, I bet Dusty was jumping out of his chair. Dude, I was excited. I am excited. I'm low energy today.
Apparently not.
I'm low energy today. I think I'm a little dehydrated, but I'm feeling good. I am feeling good. All right. The story is we've been seeing all sorts of people clamoring. There's been rumors, right? There's been rumors of some sort of port, right? We know that there are NSO ports with like Pokemon Coliseum and XD Gale of Darkness. It's the 30th anniversary. I've been saying it for 5 years that I want to see some sort of port, at least the start of Pokemon Ports on the Switch 2. And all these rumors have been bubbling, right? I mean, I remember the first rumor was from Ball Guy, and this actually might be completely unrelated to the ports, but you know, the rumors just kept coming, and I'll be real with
Ball Guy's post is 10 colors.
I agree. Yeah, no, I agree. But I gotta say this, right? For all the annoyances of Riddler Coup, when he did open his mouth and to kind of like pile on with the Fire Red and Leaf Green, to say that we're actually going to get those ported. I think literally the whole internet said, okay, we believe you. We believe you, Riddler Coup.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's funny that he didn't riddle it. You know what I mean? Like,
no, he didn't.
Like, you literally just said Riddler Coup. That's like what he's known for. And he's just like, you're getting Fire Red and Leaf Green. That's it. Like,
yeah,
he's no riddle.
Yeah, he's kind of been like that more recently. It's just like, I don't know, he has the time to do it or not.
Yeah, he's
but it's
not
just like,
coming up with riddles.
Yeah, he's just like dropping them.
Grok. Ask Grok. Make a riddle out of this.
So are you?
That's the.
So
right.
I think, unless you guys, unless I don't know. From my understanding, these are just going to be pretty like cookie cutter ports, right?
I mean, you can look at what we got last time. I would say.
Yeah.
What did we get from red,
Red and blue. Yeah.
Was it yellow?
On the 20,
think that they'll. I
yeah.
think it was yellow too. Yeah. I think they'll bake in the events. Like specifically, I'm thinking about the Deoxys, and I believe Ho-Oh and Lugia was also in Fire Red and Leaf Green. I think they'll bake those into the games in the same way they baked the Celebi event from Gold, Silver, Crystal. They baked that into the release of those games on Virtual Console. But
that was that was only Crystal version.
Oh, Crystal.
Celebi was for Crystal, and then a lot of the.
Either way, it was an event that was baked in.
Yeah.
Is my point.
Yes.
Yeah, and I think that they'll probably do the same here.
Yeah.
But how do they do that though? Like, what do you think they would do with that? Because let's just say hypothetically they want to. I forget who we were talking to. I think it was maybe Hoops and Hip Hop, but they were saying a good idea would be to release these now, and then next year they release, Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald.
Yeah.
So if they release that later, it's like, do they take the events from those games and put them in this? Is that what we're saying? Because there were no what events were
Fire
actually
and Leaf
in
Green
these
had those events too. Fire and Leaf
They had
Green.
the same ones.
At least Deoxys. I'm not as sure about Mew, Lugia, and Ho-Oh, but I'm pretty sure they were still there too. I know for a fact Deoxys was.
Yeah, so Fire Red and Leaf Green, they got you get access to. I think it's called Birth Island. You get access to Lugia. I think it's
that one's Naval Rock.
Okay, Naval Rock, Lugia. Yeah, what is it? Birth Island. That's Deoxys.
Birth Island's Deoxys.
So you get access to Deoxys in Fire Red and Leaf Green. You also get access to Ho-Oh and Lugia. You also get access to. This actually might be accessible. Yes, Fire Red and Leaf Green. You also get access to the legendary beasts, but that actually might be available in the main carts if you complete the national decks. So that could still be a thing. And I'm sure there's other like little mystery gifts that like maybe weren't cataloged on Cerebi, but like are still possible to get a hold of. So anything like that could be unlocked. I want to also say that like there were also some features in Fire Red and Leaf Green. I'm sorry, in Red, Blue, Green, like those Generation 1 ports on 3DS. There were other there were very slight quality of life things that were brought or kind of like fixed, and I think it had to do with like there was. I'm trying to think what it was exactly.
Weren't there like glitches with the way like certain moves worked or something? And they corrected those.
I don't think so. I think I'm honestly not sure. I want to look it up, but I'm like I feel like I'm gonna go down a rabbit hole. Okay, so yeah. I think let's take it back. I feel like we're 7 steps ahead, right? Are you guys
right?
Would you guys buy these? Are you
absolutely?
Is this a good move? Are you excited or as a fan?
Yeah. I'm buying this if it's $15 or less.
Okay.
So it's $20. You're not
getting it.
$20. I might.
What is that $5 really doing? You're gonna get it if it's $20.
I don't know, but it's just mentally like I don't know. It's just like I'll have Pokopia, and I still got to play other games, and it's like, am I really gonna sit down and play like Fire Red?
It's good.
It'd be down the road, so it's like I don't know.
Yeah.
Am I really gonna play Peak? I don't know.
yeah.
I don't know. I do agree with you with the like content of it as well. Like I do think they would add like at least one of those Deoxys. I guess if Ho-Oh and Lugia were in there, then sure. And then I think they would add Mew because Mew is like Gen 1. So all of that put together makes me think like that could be somewhat worth it. If it's the two games together, that would be even more worth it.
I wanna like kind of sit on this a little bit because I'm like, those are things that I'm excited for because like I've played Fire Red and Leaf Green quite a few times in the last like 5 to 10 years, and so I've played those games, I've experienced them. I think a port, what that does for me is, I guess the exciting thing is that, and this is being rumored, is that these will be compatible with home, right? These games could also, and this is actually something that the Virtual Console games or the eShop games did on the 3DS, like Generation 1 and 2 when those were ported. You were also able to use wireless or like use like the wireless functionality to trade with your friends. So I'm assuming that's just going to be like that'll be just built right in. And I also am kind of excited to also just like have these games in the zeitgeist, right? I'm excited for people to be all of a sudden like, maybe not 20 million people globally, but like even like a million people globally or whatever, like the people, like the super fans, if we're all playing Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green, a Kanto game, all at the same time, it's gonna feel brand new to a lot of people, but it's also gonna feel brand new to people who've already played it before because they haven't probably played it in like a decade or two, because these came out 20 years ago, I think.
I do wonder if that
maybe like 50,
happens,
maybe 25.
what you're saying. I wonder if that happens, because
What happens?
I don't really remember like everyone playing it all at the same time. I don't really remember
that
like
will 100% that happened.
When that happened with the original ports, right?
That happened. I was there. It happened. People online were like, it was like
I was there too, but I didn't play them, so I don't know.
Okay, all right.
I don't know.
I wasn't really online then.
People, everyone was playing it. Everyone was playing it, and that was on the 3DS. Now we're talking about the Switch family of games, which that's another thing. I think these games are going to be available just on Switch. So, like, and I think Switch is now the highest sold, like,
Switch
gaming console. Like, everyone has it. So, like, we're talking, I think, multi-millions of people picking up Fire Red and Leaf Green potentially for the first time. And I think, again, when Gens 1 and 2 were ported on the 3DS, there's a much smaller install, and I think everyone's going to be playing these. And I think and here's another thing. Lumi brought this up on a podcast that you guys haven't even heard yet.
Ooh,
but you can play if you can play these on the Switch too, or on the Switch, that means you can play it on the big screen, which means they're upscaling.
Actually, in fairness, I did not bring that up. Hoops brought that up.
Okay,
it blew
your mind, yeah.
Yeah.
So like those are all all the little things that I'm excited for, regardless of the content. I think the content's cool, like the additional legendaries or mythicals or events, because like I've played these games, and for the first time, like event Pokemon back in the day, it wasn't just like you just get something at the Pokemon Center. They would give you like a ticket, and then you basically get to go to a part of the world of whatever region you're in, and you do like a little. It's like DLC. It's like a little mini game. It's like, or not a mini game, but like you jump on the SSN or one of the boats, and instead of going to like the Sevi Islands, what it's probably going to be is you jump on one of those boats, and it brings you to a random island. And then there's a character, and they're giving you lore, and they're giving you like some information about that place. You get to just kind of like feel in the vibe, and this legendary creature is like on its own island. Like that's the kind of stuff I live for. And like I don't care so much to just get access to Deoxys. I have Deoxys, but to like,
right. I was going to mention that as well.
Yeah,
it's not a big deal, really. It's about the event.
It's about the event. It's about like playing it in the game. Like that part's exciting to me.
Did you play it in Gen 3? I know that Soul didn't even play Gen 3, but Dusty, did you do the Deoxys event in Gen 3?
I didn't do. That's what I'm saying. Like I didn't do any of that stuff. Yeah. And I think that's why it's exciting.
I do have a list of the things that were changed from the original game to Virtual Console.
Beautiful.
So first, just wireless communication, like you said, you didn't need a link cable to trade or battle.
Okay.
They do not simulate the Game Boy printer. They like disabled that feature. That was a feature in the originals, apparently. Of course, it could connect to the Poke Transporter, so you could send your Pokemon to Pokemon Bank, and I imagine that you'll be able to send your Pokemon to Pokemon Home.
Yeah.
They toned down moves with bright flashes, such as Blizzard. They also changed Jinx's color to purple, because, and then
I think I was thinking about that. Okay, that's a slight change. Yeah.
It's purple in Fire Red and Leaf Green though, so that wouldn't be a change they make. But then there was a distribution for Pokemon Stadium to Pokemon Yellow that allowed you to do this Pikachu Beach minigame, but now it was just baked in as long as you have your partner Pikachu in the party.
So that's like the surfing Pikachu. Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, they like baked in that mini game into it. So
okay.
I think you can expect them to bake in the Deoxys thing, the Lugia and Ho-Oh thing, the Mew thing. And I also think there was this feature, I never used it. It involved the link cable, but it was on one of the Sevi Islands where you could do like these mini games. Like I vaguely remember that there was like a Vine Whip jump rope game or something. I bet you that you'll be able to play those with people wirelessly.
Dude, 100%. I was looking at the list last night, and that was one of the things that I remembered. That I don't think I do remember playing it a couple times with some friends, but I didn't get a lot of use out of it. I really didn't. I didn't, but I think it would be kind of. Let me see if I can find it right here. Was it called like a mini game? You said.
Yeah,
Trainer card.
Maybe it was Game Corner 2 Island. It's Game Corner 2 Island. That's
nice.
Does this have to do with any of the gambling stuff though? I feel like they're going to cut the gambling stuff. I feel like they're going to cut.
No. It's not. It wasn't. It was called a game corner, but it wasn't gambling at all. It wasn't like a casino.
Yeah.
It's funny. I was talking to
this is so silly.
Scoot Easy about the game corner thing, and I'm pretty sure that because the issue with the game corner is that is how you get Porygon in these games. It's also kind of mandatory to the plot because Team Rocket's base is under the casino. So I think what they did for Red, Blue, and Yellow, and someone can correct me if I'm wrong, is I'm pretty sure they kept it in, but they just had to bump up the rating of the game in the EU because that's where the gambling stuff in video games, like, it changes the rating of the game. That's why we don't have gambling or casinos in Pokemon anymore. Fun fact.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yep. I think, again, I think I would like to have a conversation about about whether or not these ports are actually going to be, like, fulfilling to people, because I do think it makes sense. Like, something I have been saying this year is, like, okay, it's been 10 years. If they port Gens 1 and 2 again, sure, that will be nice, but I don't think those hit the same way they did in, 2016. I think Fire Red and Leaf Green being ported is the right move as an alternative to porting like Red, Blue, and Yellow. Just visually, I think it has everything that Red, Blue, and Yellow had, plus Dark and Steel type moves. There's some it's just like there's a lot of enhancements that make it a more fun game. But I guess what I'm thinking about, and I was having a conversation with some friends this morning. I feel like I feel like they almost need to do something else, like add something else to this to actually make this exciting. Because
who knows?
Soul, the fact that you're on the fence, the fact that I also feel like I'm like, okay, great, this is nice, but where's Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald? Also, if you're gonna do this, give us Gens 1 and 2 as well. Like, why not? Like, I don't know. I'm not.
I do want to say
this is great. I'm happy to see this. Just to be clear, I'm super happy to see this.
Well, if we got it later this year, like, how cool would it be if, like, they give us Fire Red, Leaf Green right now, February Pokemon Day, then say May, they give us, I don't know, Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald, then August, they give us Gold, Silver, Crystal, and then not Pokemon Day, then November, you get Gen 10. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would
kind of like how they did the year of Mythicals, but it's the year of Pokemon games.
Dude, that's kind of insane.
That's great.
That is kind of insane. I'm kind of okay. That's kind of what I'm expecting, because there have been some other rumors suggesting that there will be more games in the future. We don't have a timeline or anything. Also, hilarious. All of this could be fake. Like, just to there's a 1% chance or whatever.
Yeah, Dusty. That's good to keep it that way though too. Mm-hmm. Not 100% believer, but there's always a 1% chance.
Yeah,
I would say.
What I'm hopeful for is Fire Red and Leaf Green. That makes sense. Pokemon Day, we get to pick them up. That's great. But then they do the thing that they did do on the 20th year anniversary, which is, I think it was just later in the year, they gave us the third version. They gave us Yellow version, delayed, so that way people pick up both versions. There are new features. So later in the year, they could give us like Gens 1 and 2 or something, right? Because, I don't know. I feel like if that's like a downgrade, then maybe you can just package that all together, or at least Generation 2 or something. And then next year on Pokemon Day, Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald. Or Ruby and Sapphire, and then later in the year, Emerald. Like,
yeah,
I'll wait.
Not a bad idea.
Like, I don't need all these games all at once. Like, if I want to play them, I can play them.
I think it probably, I wouldn't know this for a fact, but I would assume that would also be a better strategy, like, financially for them, right? Because if you drop them all at once, you're probably going to have people, like, pick and choose which ones they want. Versus if I drop Fire Red and Leaf Green right now, people are like, oh, okay, yeah, I'll buy that. And then I wait a few months and I drop another one, and people are like, okay, yeah, it's been a while, I'll buy that. Versus if I drop, 9 games right now, a lot of people are going to be forced to not be able to get all of them.
But it also
know?
gives people time to play the games, right?
Yeah.
So that way, like, Fire Red and Leaf Green can have their time in the sun. Again, like, I remember it, like, when Gold and Silver and Crystal were, like, when that was, like, seemingly a new game, it felt like a new game on the eShop. That's what everyone was talking about. Like, there were, like, you know, Celebi's in the game. Oh, you can do this. Did you know that? Oh, now there's a new way to, like you can exploit the, you know, the weird shiny mechanics in this game to get shiny Pokemon easier in eggs. Or guess what? For the first time, you can shiny hunt Celebi. Like, there were all these, like, new things that became accessible in the port. And, like, that's, like, at the core of what I'm hungry for. Like, I feel like people are always leaving comments like, just go emulate it. And that's fine. Yes, I play these games I play these games.
Nintendo's listening.
I've been playing these games,
fine.
but, like, it's way more fun when.
Extreme.
Yeah, dude, it's just way more fun when they, like, bring it to the masses and it becomes a community event. So, yeah, I think separating it would be cool because then I have time to play all these different things. But I do want to bring it back to the question. It's like, what could they, beyond what they've done in the past, what could they do to actually make these worthwhile?
What I was gonna say is,
or exciting for new people.
I do think that this is not an exciting thing for new people at all. But I think that a big part about this, and we can get back into your question, but a big part about this is that if there's a physical copy, like, I think that collectors are gonna be like, I need all of these.
Yeah,
I agree. I was literally thinking that, looking at this image, I was like, you know, I don't love the idea of having to get this off the eShop, because I would love that box art right there on the right, that fire red one. I want that. I want it on that shelf, you know?
Yeah.
I made this.
But literally,
hire me,
like,
Game Freak. I'll make this for you.
Yeah, digital, I'm like, I'm probably not gonna get it. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like, it doesn't put a urgency on you when it's not physical. Anyway, to get back to your question.
Well, just to, like,
go.
Yeah, I think what I'm hearing is that, like, people are not even excited for this game then. People are excited at the idea of, like, collecting something that feels physical.
Can we do a poll? Can we do a poll in the chat?
Yeah,
Put a poll in the chat, yeah.
Put up a poll.
Can you do that, Lumi?
Excited?
Are you behind the scenes?
I'm looking.
Sure, yeah, I can do that.
And shout out to GatorX in the chat. Who else do we got?
I saw Ron, too.
Yeah, True Green 7 was here. Hybrid Hero was here.
Hybrid. Yeah.
I want to hear,
all
like,
the supporters, too.
Yeah, and we'll read the super chats in a little bit. I think
Are you excited for this?
No. Will you buy the game? Like,
will you buy it?
Will you buy it? Because that's what I'm trying to get at. Like, I play these games over and over and over again, and they're fun to play. And again, for all the reasons that I listed, I'm like, they have an opportunity to kind of transform this experience beyond what is accessible on, like I have.
He vanished.
I have these games. I can play the games. It's not a problem.
Sure.
It's not a problem. I know. Listen, this one literally just broke. Look at this.
No. I just opened up.
Like, I have these games. I tamper with these games. I can play the games. It's not an issue of playing the games.
How many of those do you have?
A lot. That's what I'm saying.
Bro, you should have sold them. These are about to come out. You know how high. This is like, we were talking about it on my stream yesterday. That's insider trading.
We were just talking about how much we want the like,
I'm saying
physical,
if he has extras, though, it looks like he had like 5 different ones.
I got a lot.
You have extras, yeah,
like,
man.
Bro, sell them for like hundreds of dollars.
Man, you've got an opportunity to do legal insider trading right now.
No.
Right now.
I bought, when everyone was buying Pokemon cards, I bought carts. I bought game cards. Like, I like playing these old games. I like having the old games. And my point is, how do you make these better than just like, they need to create an experience that's beyond just that, in my mind. Or maybe they don't. Maybe they don't, because what I'm kind of hearing is that people will only buy it if it's like a pretty collectible, but they don't care about playing the game, right? Mm-hmm. So then I'm like, do people actually want ports? That's what I'm starting to think about. I know I want ports. Do people actually want ports, or is it just like it's like an idea that we like, you know?
No, I really,
you know what I'm getting at?
I think both of those things, actually.
I think this is something that people are always talking about. Now, I'm sure that different people have a different, like, opinion on what ports, you know what I mean? Like, I've seen a lot of people upset that okay, they're giving us Fire and Leaf Green, but they're not going to give us, and for the record, they could.
Sure.
They're not going to give us Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald. We don't, I think that's important to clarify too. No one said they're not giving us Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald.
Yeah,
we just assume that it's just Fire and Leaf Green because that's all that has been said, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If I say I'm going to the store to get milk, that don't mean I ain't going to grab a candy bar at the register. You know what I'm saying?
It's true. And I think, yeah, I mean, that could also be a thing where it's like, I feel like there's also, I mean, we'll see. Like, there is, I feel like the same meme that people spread online, and when I say meme, I just mean like, it's just like an idea that they share without even like they just share the idea because the idea exists. Like, as I hear so often that people hate Charizard, but I'm like, you don't really hate Charizard. You just like other things. And people say they hate Kanto or they're sick of Kanto, but I'm like, Kanto it is so, every time I play through the game, I'm like, this is a perfect game. It literally is perfect. You know? I get it. There's merit to other regions, and that's why I play other games. But, so I think maybe what you're illuminating, Lumi, is like, yeah, maybe the core fan base that's online actually is just hungry for like Heart Gold, Soul Silver, Black 2 and White 2, right? X and Y.
We can't do those without the 3DS though. The dual screen. We need all the dual screen.
I disagree. I don't think you need the dual screen. I think that could definitely happen.
They could.
I mean, they could. I'm just saying.
There's
like,
other games that have like
no.
ported
I don't think we need
DS games onto the Switch.
They have no excuse.
But change something.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't mean that they need it. You know what I mean?
Right.
I just mean like the fans are like, we need it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. I don't know how else to describe that, but it's just like it's a desire more than anything. Speaking of desires, I think you're right about like, do fans get these games to actually play them or not, or do they just get them to just have them? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that's a thing, but
and I'm not saying that's bad because I bought all those games I have. I'm not playing all of those 24/7.
Exactly.
But I was scooping them up when they were like $20-$30. You know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'll be getting them. I probably won't play them day one, especially because like the other rumors that Coliseum and XD are gonna also potentially drop that day. And if that happens, because I've never played those, I would be playing those before Fire. So I am kind of like what you said, Soul, where like I'd be getting them to have them, and I would plan to play them, but it wouldn't be like I'm getting it and I'm playing it that day. You know?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But
I'll probably get it that day.
I'll definitely be playing it. I played Fire Red, or I played Leaf Green last year, and it was so cool. Like, it's so much fun playing those games with like 25 years of hindsight or whatever, because like I'm reading things and I'm like, how has no one ever? Actually, I might even have some of these images up on my page. Like, there are things I was discovering where I was like, how has no one talked about this? And it's because the games aren't easily accessible, or people have noticed them, but like they're just playing it in their free time and they don't share it. Things like the Dex entry says Muck has feet. Like, what are we talking about? It says Dratini, long considered a mythical Pokemon. Like, that feels like a theory. Yeah, look at. It's so toxic, even its footprints contain poison. And then I remember there was something else. It was like, I think it was like a picture. Yeah, right here in Fuchsia City, there's a Pokeball that's the same color as the Strange Ball now. And it's like, these aren't big things. But as a super fan, I'm like, these are fun connections to make that I have, it's like by playing the game, you kind of reconsider these things. So that's all. Mm-hmm. That's why I'm excited to replay these games for sure.
That's something too. We were talking about like how they might, make them more than just ports. Like, do something with them, like adding Birth Island, stuff like that into it. I wonder if, because Fire Red and Leaf Green were compatible with like Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald, you could trade with those games. So you could get Hoenn Pokemon in Fire Red and Leaf Green. The only thing was you could not natively, right? Like, I could trade with my friend who has Emerald and get a Tailo in Fire Red and it'd be fine. Yeah. But I cannot find a Tailo anywhere in Fire Red. So I wonder if, since those Pokemon are coded in, that could be something really cool, is just scatter those Pokemon in the Island somewhere or something. I think that's a big ask because that is like 100+ Pokemon. But
this is good.
Of the game,
no, this is good. I was looking this up earlier. This is kind of infamous. If you,
I'm not even talking about this because
no, but I'm talking about this. I'm talking about this. Let me say it. I don't think to be honest, I don't think I've ever used a Golbat in Fire Red and Leaf Green or Red, Blue, and Yellow. But if you use a Zubat, as soon as you get a Golbat at what, like level 23 or something? Excuse my dog, he's paranoid. As soon as you, like, probably by like level 25, if you've been good to your Golbat, every single time until the end of the game, every time it levels up, at the end of a battle, you're gonna see this screen. And that is like so stupid that the game is there. Like, you can have it's possible to evolve Golbat into Crobat. They kind of tease you with it by saying like, yeah, this is possible, but you just can't get it. Don't worry about that. And then, I don't know. This is like, when we talk about Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee being like kind of like annoying because they like lock out content, this is kind of the same thing. And I think a really cool thing that they could do is lift all these restrictions so you can actually get Scyther and then get a Scizor before the end of the game. You know?
Yeah,
that'd be cool.
What
Same
I'm
thing with
referring to though is that
Slowking.
what I'm referring to though is that they at least let you get those after you've done the Elite Four. Versus Gen 3 Pokemon, Trico through Rayquaza, I guess. Yeah. They're in the coding of the game. They exist within Fire Red and Leaf Green, but you cannot catch them anywhere. They're not in the Sevi Islands in the post game or anything like that. So I think it'd be nice to somehow give us access to those Pokemon since they are there in coding. We just can't find them anywhere. Another thing too would be putting in an internal clock into the game, because you cannot get Espeon, Umbreon in Fire Red and Leaf Green, and the reason why is because it's daytime all the time in your game, so there's no clock.
Yeah, I think I like the clock idea. I don't really know what it would take to actually put that in, because that might affect other things. I really don't know if that would affect anything else, but that's kind of cool. I guess you know what it could do? It could probably just like pull the data off of your Switch to see what time of day it is.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like,
I imagine the game wouldn't show nighttime, because that would have to be, a considerable change they make to the game.
Yeah.
So like you would not see it reflected in the game, but it just literally could access the Switch's clock to go, hey, okay, it's 8 o'clock at night. Your Eevee's at max friendship. It's going to evolve into an Umbreon now. Yeah, no, I like that. I think making Hoenn Pokemon available in post-game, I guess my question there is, like, I don't know, how do they do that? Like, how do they... Also, that's kind of like... That feels like canon breaking. All of a sudden, Hoenn Pokemon are available in the Sevi Islands.
That sounds crazy.
I'm not against it. I'm not against it.
Yeah, no, I don't think they do it. It's just... It is kind of a bummer that, like, there is going to be in these ports... There will be data for 100+ Pokemon that you're just not going to find in there. I mean, and you know what? Maybe that's a setup for when they release Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald. Say they do it next year in a couple months. You'll be able to trade and get those Pokemon in your game.
Well, what's funny is XD Gale of Darkness... Let me think about this. There's some sort of... I'm forgetting the order of operations, but like Ruby and Sapphire came out, you couldn't get any Kanto Pokemon. XD Gale of Darkness, or more Pokemon Coliseum, actually gave access to a lot of Johto and Kanto Pokemon that you couldn't get in... Mostly Johto Pokemon that you couldn't get in Ruby and Sapphire. Like, you literally get one of the the Johto starter Pokemon in Coliseum. And so, like... And then later, the Sevi Islands in Fire Red and Leaf Green, the Sevi Islands actually give you access to a lot of Johto Pokemon as well. Yeah. So what I'm thinking is, like, could there be a thing where you can connect or trade up? Dude, this is the dream not lost? Pokemon Coliseum and XD Gale of Darkness might still be compatible with Home, where you move them to Home and then you move those Pokemon into Leaf Green, right?
It won't happen. I
so
see a universe where it
fine.
I think one of the leakers said that was not going to happen.
Fine.
Well.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Fine. Remove that. Could we still have Pokemon Home Pokemon or Pokemon that are in Home being able to be transferred into Fire Red and Leaf Green?
That would be insane.
Yeah.
If they let us, like, not just send in Pokemon from Fire Red and Leaf Green, but also let us send into Fire Red and Leaf Green from games like Scarlet and Violet.
Shot.
That would be genuinely, like, mind blowing. That'd justify
I know you're trying. I know you're trying to make it worth it, but I genuinely think that these things are going to be like 1-to-1 exact with like just the events, possibly.
Yeah.
Like really, like the reality
Yeah, I
is
think
that
that's
just.
most likely.
Well,
Yeah,
then
I would love for them to do what you're saying, or like anything, just any little tweaks that could make it a little more interesting. And I appreciate the conversation for sure, but like I genuinely think that there's no way that they do stuff like that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Then with all the other data that I've got, I don't know how like exciting this actually is as a standalone release. Like again, I'm excited to
I
get
agree.
these, but
I
I'm like,
think it's more.
I mean,
think it's
as
more about
exciting as Red, Blue, and Yellow were, right?
Yeah, I think it's more about the anniversary. Like this is the anniversary of Red and Green. 30 years. Like it's perfect. It just lines up like, okay, that makes sense. That's what they're gonna do. If they do, I think the best thing they could do.
Opportunity. I'm like, I want to like, if this is all we get, I'm just gonna be sad. I'm like, what are we doing? Like, I'll play these
so
over and over and over again.
So about it.
I am,
I guess
but it's like
Fire Red and Leaf Green.
Yes,
That's all. It's just that it's Fire Red and Leaf Green. Whatever. You have 50 copies.
Yeah.
I think the best idea that I've heard today, and I would really like this actually, is if they did this now and then in the next Pokemon Presents, I don't know, in July or something, they're like, and we're also releasing Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald.
Yeah.
Like
next
in
month
October or something.
Or,
next month is
maybe
better.
like in
Because
like
I think
Gen 10
Gen 10 might come out in October. That's my biggest prediction. Okay. But
wow.
Yeah, I do think it could be late October, maybe early November. Because it's had more development time than any other game, and Legends ZA just came out in October. You know, I just think that they could want to get it out a little earlier. It's just my own personal pet theory. But yeah, so I would say, like, you know, they released Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald like in August. It's like, oh, that's really cool.
Yeah,
because it's a year of celebration. It does make a lot of sense for them to like slow release, but you know what I mean.
Yeah,
drip feed it out like throughout the year to just let us have a good year of Pokemon.
Yeah, like the point of getting ports. This is kind of where this is how I'm feeling. The point of getting ports, like I'm not trying to be greedy. The point of getting ports is not just so I can play a game on my Switch 2. Like that is too. Like that's just too simple. Like it's the availability, but it's also like I want the options, you know? It's like I want multiple ports, so when I have different hankerings for different classic Pokemon games that stand the test of time that I still want to play as part of this giant universe, anyone can easily get a hold of them, right? And obviously it's unreasonable to think that any game can be available for any, but it's like after a certain period of time, at this point, the Game Boy, DS games, those are old. Like you could just make those available.
Right.
So that is why I'm feeling like just a little too late. That's too little too late. That's why I'm feeling just kind of a little bit underwhelmed. I'm still excited.
I wonder what their thinking is, and I want to be very clear. I'm very, very excited. So every time we've talked about ports, I've said I would rather they release Fire Red and Leaf Green than they release Red and Blue.
Yeah.
But I wonder what the internal decision there was. You know what I mean? I wonder why they decided, you know, let's do Fire Red and Leaf Green and stuff. Because it is the 30th anniversary of Red and Blue, you know? So you would think, or Red and Green technically.
Yeah,
it is Red and Green.
It's Red and Green. Red and Blue would be... like, what, 2 years later?
Sure,
later.
But, you know, they still, when they dropped it, they dropped Red and Blue for, you know, because the different...
I know what you're saying. Yeah.
So, I do wonder why, since it's the 30th anniversary of those games, I do wonder why they're not dropping those games. I'm happy they're not, because this is much better. Fire Red and Leaf Green is much better. But I'm curious why they decided to do that.
Yeah.
I think it's just part, it's like what you said, like it's their anniversary for this, and then they already did that on the 10th, or the 20th anniversary, not the 10th, where they did the other ports of the first games. You know, I think it just makes sense for them to do this. Also, like those games are old now, and like it's just time to port these ones. You know what I mean? It makes sense to me. It's just, it is what it is. It's kind of underwhelming. It is funny that they're trying to like sell Coliseum Gale of Darkness, which the leaks actually only mention Gale of Darkness. So I don't know if Coliseum is actually even involved in that. I would imagine, but
Yeah, I mean, when they announced it for NSO, it was Coliseum and Gale of Darkness, so I would assume they'd drop close together.
yeah, they're just two separate games. So I'm like, I don't know.
They are, but they're also connected, are they not? Isn't
Yeah,
Gale
they
of
are.
Darkness like a sequel to Coliseum?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would imagine that they would.
Dude, is Gen 10 gonna have
Especially if-
shadow Pokemon?
Yes.
That'd be something.
No, you get that in Pokemon Go.
Yeah.
Damn, man.
Goes the
I don't know.
real thing.
I hope I'm hearing myself, and I hope I'm not being too much of a downer because I am excited. It's just like I'm excited.
I'm stoked, man. I'm very excited.
But you said you're not gonna play it.
I said I wasn't day one. I'm gonna play it. I
Okay,
won't day
all right.
one.
It does depend when it comes out. Like I
that-
would
that makes
imagine they
sense.
would drop it on
Yeah.
Pokemon Day.
Well, also too,
but-
like we're expecting, a Gen 10 reveal, so I'm sure like my brain is gonna be like 100% there. I'm gonna want to make videos and
Sure.
stuff on Gen 10, so it'll be there for the weekend, I guess.
Yeah.
Again, unless Gale of Darkness and Coliseum drop, in which case I want to play those first, just because I've never played those.
Sure. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, spoiler: Fire Red and Leaf Green are better games.
I don't doubt it.
That I believe.
But I don't doubt it. But I'm never played it, so it's exciting because it's like literally a new Pokemon game.
Is there any other information or rumors surrounding these ports that I have not yet stated, or can one of you just kind of round up some of that info, or what some of the like popular interpretations or theories of
Well,
any sort of riddles or rumors?
I'll address. There's a misunderstanding that
Oh yeah, that's important.
one of the leakers said something about something being released at $30, and a lot of people have mistakenly believed that that the Fire Red and Leaf Green ports are going to cost $30. What the leaker was referring to was a TCG product, so it is not this. Now, maybe these are $30. I don't know. He didn't refer to their price, but I just want to make it clear that he actually was not talking about these, so they very well may not be $30.
And do we know? Like, I guess I'm assuming that these are going to get physical releases. Is that confirmed?
That's not confirmed.
Not
I don't
confirmed,
think they will, to be
but
honest.
Is that what we're hearing?
No, we haven't heard anything, but I don't think they will, just because they didn't do that with Red, Blue, and Yellow.
Yeah.
Also, too, if they were getting physical copies, I feel like this would have leaked from a different place. You know what I mean? All it takes is one GameStop employee taking a picture of how they just
True.
got a shipment of Fire Red and Leaf Green cartridges,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Soul, can you take a look at the this new Eclipse post that everyone's in the chat is messaging about?
Yeah.
Can you
I don't
verify
really
whether it's
trust
worth
anything?
time?
Yeah, because he definitely knows things.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Really
so
look.
I guess where I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I was thinking about in relation to like things that could be added to these ports for them to be worth it. Like I said, I think
Fix the altering cave.
yeah, that's something else. Yeah, there's the altering cave.
Eclipse said these two might be revisited and not straight ports, maybe not 2D style for Fire Red and Leaf Green.
What? Okay.
I do not believe that
What does that
I
mean?
don't
for a
believe that
second.
either.
That didn't even make
He's
sense.
saying
would be
like
like a-
literally what we're talking about. He might be in the chat right now listening to
What's
this.
up, Eclipse?
Do you know what yeah, what's
Hi,
up, bro?
Eclipse.
It's just like he's just saying like they might be revisited and not like normal ports,
Yeah.
like maybe not even in 2D style, which is like absolutely a crazy thing to say.
I mean, that would
if
be
this is true, this is like the biggest leak of his life, I would say. 'Cause it's
Yeah.
like this is revolutionary to the
That would
ports.
be
They
ins-
would not be ports.
Yeah. I mean, again, everything I'm hearing is that like these are going to be ports, but like, okay, let's just entertain this for a second. Is there a possibility that we get?
There is.
Is there a possibility that we essentially get like an Ilka style
I will be so
soft
pissed, man.
remake or whatever?
Oh my gosh.
You'd be pissed. I'd be excited. I would buy
Oh,
it.
no, I don't.
Why would
want
you be
to see
excited
That's
for
the
it?
difference.
don't
Why would I
like
be
this.
excited? Because
You'd be paying
it's something
twice the amount of
different.
money.
Yeah, but it's like a kind of a new thing. Do you know what I mean? They would never.
Yeah, but it
do
looks
this.
like this.
But just because it's new,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, this is where you and I differ because I'm like, if I haven't
Yeah,
played
I'm all
something in
about the
20
new.
years, yeah, but it's like if you haven't played it in half of your life, like, then it's new. Like you can experience it again, you know?
Well, and for Soul, it's literally new. He didn't play it to begin with.
You've never played Fire Red
He
and Leaf
hasn't
Green?
played Fire Red or Leaf Green.
Soul, you're killing me, buddy. You are
So
killing
it
me,
is
dude.
new.
It's new. You haven't played it.
But it's not new. It's still Kanto. Let's
It's
say
new.
this. If
you
I
could
get
play
this game-
through it and discover something
It'll
that
be
no one else
Kanto
on
if
the
it's
internet
this.
You could have a banger tweet. You could discover something or interpret something in a way that no one else ever has, and you got a banger tweet. You could be like, "Yeah, that was me."
Maybe.
You've never played it. You've
I know.
literally never played it. It's brand new to you.
It's funny because I was thinking about this when we were talking about it at first. I was like, if I get this game and play it, I'm not getting Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee and replaying that. Like, that's it. Because it's still just a Kanto game to me. I used to only play like one version of a game. You know what I mean? Like I would
But the
I would
experience
get, like,
is different. And I think a version. Okay.
I
yeah.
would but this is what I mean. Like I would get like just Crystal. This is not real, but like I would get just Silver and not play Crystal. Like I would get just Platinum and not play
Yeah, I would do
Diamond.
that too. Because I don't think there's
I'm
very
not,
many
like-
differences. It's the same game. There's maybe like a handful of Pokemon that are different, but it's like not enough to just like reinvest in another playthrough unless it's, a couple of years later. But I guess like in my mind, what you're suggesting is that like Gold version and Heart Gold version are the same game, but they're not.
No, because that's a bit.
They're
That's a lot more changed, I guess. I guess you're right about that because I
Fire
guess
Red
Fire
and
Red,
Leaf Green
Fire Red,
adds
Leaf Green
a
have probably
whole
changed
like
a lot.
new half a region.
Yeah, that does make sense.
They're
I
completely
think
different.
it's just because it's just old. So like to me, I'm like,
I get that.
get
I can
to it.
understand that.
Old games are good, man.
But no. I
So
don't
okay,
want
let's
this.
talk
I
about
hate
this. Yeah. So what do you? So you're suggesting that there is a? Are you saying you're suggesting that there's a possibility that we get like a
I know.
faithful
I just
remake type game?
no, I
Are
don't
you
think-
saying
I
that
don't
could
think that-
happen? Is cool
I don't think
in
that
your ear?
this amount of change is not possible in my opinion. We would have they did somewhat promote BDSP. Like it's not like they would just shadow drop a
Yeah.
BDSP Kanto.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like there's no way that they just shadow drop it
Yeah.
unless they are like out of their minds, which maybe. So there's always a chance. Always, like I said, always 1% chance
Yeah.
of things happening.
I also think
but-
this is too similar
Mhm.
visually to Let's Go.
Yeah.
Like I think it'll just be mistaken as like
True.
this is the same thing as Let's Go. Why would I buy this?
Very
you know?
true. Yeah, it's like I said earlier that I really realistically think they'll just be ports.
Yeah.
But if I'm just looking at the information, just to be fair to you and everyone that doesn't want these to just be ports, not that I do want them to be just ports, but what we're looking at is like Riddler Coup saying they will return soon. That's all we got. Like they will return soon. Doesn't say how they will return. And then the other leaker, the other information that he said was it'll be paid, not NSO. And it'll have home compatibility.
Yeah.
So you can take what you will from that. It doesn't say that they will be ports anywhere. It just says they'll be. And actually, them being a paid purchase, like not NSO, means that they'll be like an actual their game on their own. So, could they add different things? It's possible. I just don't think it's probable.
We
So
we
I don't
need
know what
is
Eclipse is.
we need
That's what
water.
Eclipse is going
We
on
need
with.
water blue. That's what we need.
Water blue.
Pokemon water
Lightning
blue.
Yellow.
Yeah,
Lightning
dude,
Yellow is
Yeah.
a good name for that. But we got Let's Go Pikachu. That is Lightning Yellow. They should have just called it that.
No.
They should have called it Lightning Yellow and Batty Bad.
Batty
Yeah.
Bad. That's good. I'll
They
take
should
that.
have. That sums up the games.
I'll
Batty
take
Bad.
that. I'll take Batty
Should've
Bad.
called
I'll
those
take Batty
games.
Bad.
Yeah. But yeah, that's all that the leaker said because you had asked like, what do we know about these? Like anything else? Like that's literally it. So you can make whatever conclusions
What do you
want,
think?
like Eclipse did. I think they'll just be ports.
Yeah, ports
With like
makes
the
sense.
added.
Yeah.
I think it'll be like just a literal carbon copy of what they did for the 20th anniversary.
I don't think it makes. Yeah, I think just it doesn't make sense to like what are we talking about? Like just making a bunch of games to just release them all at once. Like that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
I'd be so stoked. Port like literally. And here's another little wrinkle that I've talked about before, but not today. Like I do think it. Okay, let's hold on. Let's go back. Pokemon 30th anniversary logo Pikachu. I'm cooking, guys. Here we go.
Okay.
Right? Pokemon Day or whatever it was, like this 30th logo video. Where's
Yeah.
where's the zoom and enhance button? Open image, new tab. And okay, this image so sick because it shows Pikachu through all the different video games through the years, not the anime but the games. Love that so much. And I think it'd be kind of sick, right? I think it would be kind of awesome now to maybe think that I think it would be this guy right here, this Pikachu right here, right in the middle. This would be the Fire Red and Leaf Green, the Generation 3 Pikachu. That's so great to see. But it'd be really cool if throughout the year they give us access to like these black and white chubby Pikachus and the Generation 2 Pikachus and the other Generation 3 Pikachu and maybe even the Generation 4 or 5 Pikachu. I'm stretching on those last two, but like throughout the year to actually let us replay with some of these Pokemon in these old art styles and sprites. Dude, that's another thing that's like magical about like classic games is that the Pokemon, like you're literally experiencing the game. It's like a piece of art and you're experiencing it. It like is presented to you differently, you know? Not every Pikachu is just the same 3D model that was made for X and Y. Like that's kind of sick, you know? But what I'm saying
maybe
is
this is all a tease to Pikachu getting a new design this year.
yeah, I think that makes sense. That makes sense. But what I was going to say is like, okay, we got all the different Pikachus. Okay, ports are coming back. It would make sense for them to slow drip over the next couple of years. Some additional ports, I'll take them over the next 2 years. That's fine. And the benefit is that you can now take those Pokemon, put them into home, and you can use them in Pokemon Champions. Like, these things are lining up. You know?
Yeah.
Pokemon Champions is a real thing. Maybe that's the little wrinkle. It's like, yes, you can. Yeah, because it's
is it
it's
a
like,
real thing?
Yeah, because it's like you can
It
you can get these Pokemon, you can play with them, you can build up a team, and then what you can't do or what you couldn't do in Fire Red and Leaf Green is battle with them. But now you can take those teams and you can battle with them, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you could battle your friends, but there was no Wi-Fi, there was no, you know what I'm saying? There was no like global link station. You could battle your buddies with the link cable.
Maybe it'll all happen in the future one day, you know? I think you are building up to what you're talking about. I don't know if we're there yet.
I think these games being compatible with Pokemon Champions is, in my mind, guaranteed. So like that's not a stretch. Getting the additional games is like, I think it would make sense for these to slow drip because they directly feed into their new product, Pokemon Champions, right? Which is worthless without, I guess it's not worthless because you can rent Pokemon, but you know, they're encouraging you to like get other Pokemon games and transfer Pokemon in.
Yeah.
Man,
The thing with Champions
like,
is we just don't know still.
I was about to say, I'm like depressed now just because y'all mentioned Champions.
Yeah. All right, last thing, Lumi mentioned the Altering Cave in Fire Red and Leaf Green. This is also a feature in Ruby and Sapphire and Emerald, and apparently it's this cave that they created, and the idea was that there were going to be like, I don't think like Wi-Fi events, but there were going to be some sort of there was going to be some sort of like hookup with your Game Boy Advance, and you could basically download data, which would make some of these Pokemon available in the cave. Smeargle, Stantler, Shuckle, Apom, Teddiursa, Houndour, Pineco, Mareep. There were never any events, though. And because of that, yeah, these are all Johto Pokemon, and there were never any events. Therefore, none of these Pokemon were ever accessible, and all you would ever get is Zubat. Or maybe, I think just Zubat. And so actually, I'm thinking now, I'm not going to hold my breath for this, but what they could do, Lumi had a cool idea about including like Pokemon that are not actually available in Fire Red and Leaf Green. Generation 3 Pokemon that you just can't get like natively in the game. Maybe they could show up in the Altering Cave.
How cool would it be if they like randomized for kind of like how they do Spinda based off of your like trainer ID?
Yeah.
If they randomize this cave for everyone to give you like 3 encounters, any 3 Hoenn Pokemon, obviously, like except for Kyogre, so you can't like farm unlimited legendaries. But like, so Dusty is finding a Tailo, a Wingull, and a Routes, but I'm going in there and I'm finding a Shroomish, an Electrike, and a Whismur. Soul's finding Aeron and Zigzagoon and Tropius. That'd be fun.
That's super fun. Yeah, that's fun.
Pokemon Johto. It's just in my head from that.
Yeah, so I don't know. I'm excited. I'm not trying to be a bummer. I really am excited. I will be playing these games. I played them last year. I'll play them again. I think it could be really fun. And again, the things I am looking forward to is not only being able to play on my Switch, but like to play on my TV, but to also have these conversations, to be able to make content about Fire Red and Leaf Green, about Kanto, and have it feel relevant in the space. Like, that is cool. I am looking forward to that. You know, we've all played these games, but we got to think, like, there are people who just haven't, you know? Or if they did, it was
like Soul
15 years ago. Yeah. But there's even younger people who haven't played it. So, and these games are a lot different from Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. Like, they really are a lot different.
That's for sure.
Yeah,
I meant from
imagine
original.
Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee if they didn't look as good, but were a billion times better.
No, very, very, very. Yeah, they have a different feel to them.
Yeah, they're definitely
Lumi
better.
answer.
I agree.
You have the Sevi Islands where you go to the Sevi Islands and you just like catch level 50 Pidgeys for 20 hours.
And
Larvitar. That's okay. All right. Yeah, that's true. That is true. All right. Let's do some super chats and then we can move on to some Generation 10 catch up. There's been a bunch of information on that. I'll probably let you guys lead that conversation. But let's hit some of these super chats. Let's see. You guys have been so generous today. All right. P1 Polyrath says news anchor Koo. Yeah. As soon as he came through, he just dropped the mic. As soon as Koo said something, I was like, all right, this isn't just some random Disney Channel character like Koo saying something. Hydrapple Hal. Oh, I totally miss this. HPP live on my birthday. Best day ever. Happy birthday, Hal. Happy birthday. I totally missed that. Happy birthday. Hope you're having a good day. And yeah, I don't know. Hope you're playing some Pokemon.
Your birthday
Hope you're not
present
working.
from us is that we won't sing for you.
Yeah. Happy birthday.
No, I said we wouldn't.
We have a super chat by Giovanni's Persian. They say, need pixel graphics back in Pokemon. Also, can we get access to Missing No in the ports, also back in Gen 10, off the coast of each island?
Whoa.
I don't think Missing No is not. I want to say is not in Fire Red and Leaf Green. That was just a ruby. That was a red, blue, and yellow thing.
Is it not?
I don't think so. That's just Missing No was a thing of. There are. I guess there. Like the infamous Missing No is from all the glitches in red, blue, and yellow.
No, it was fixed. Dang.
It was literally like the cut Pokemon put together. Like,
what is it? What do you mean? It was fixed in Fire Red and Leaf Green, you're saying?
Yeah, it was fixed in Fire and Leaf Green. You couldn't get Missing No.
It's funny you say it was fixed. It was the problem.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I mean. They fixed the problem. Missing No was the problem. They fixed it.
Oh, okay. True.
Fixed now.
People love Missing No. I guess I've never really. To me, it's not a character. It's not like a creature. So I never cared about it that much. But
sure.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
But sometime it could appear as the Aerodactyl fossil form. That's fun.
That is pretty sick. No, that is pretty sick. We've got Kai Dragonborn. They've been a member for 15 months, and they say, "What up, Hidden Power Podcast family? How are you doing? And what are your biggest wishes for Pokemon Day this year and the 30th year anniversary?" We just did like a 2-hour podcast that we released this morning, and there's another 2-hour episode coming out for patrons and channel members. That's coming out on Monday. And that's a 4-hour discussion about what we're excited for the 30th. I would say, to be honest, I think, yeah. What did I say in the episode? I think I said it was ports. I was like, I want to see ports.
Yeah.
So I think we're getting it. This is a start to something maybe great. What do you guys think?
I said in that episode, I said champions, but I don't even know what that is. So maybe I'm just talking crazy.
Dude, they're gonna announce champions. You're gonna get so
exist.
psyched.
I'm sure it'll be if it is not present. Like if they don't acknowledge champions, I'll be honest. I'll start asking the question if it got scrapped.
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking about leaks on this episode, and we have heard no leaks about champions.
That's concerning.
Mm-hmm.
Why is that concerning?
You're right. Because it's weird that everything's leaking except champions.
Yeah, but it's
a
like
big deal still.
Yeah, I don't know how that works. I guess I was gonna say like maybe it's just done and it's been passed off to another company or something. I
Yeah,
don't
but
know.
like
Maybe.
people are leaking like the content of Pokemon Day, so
Yeah.
it is weird that
Oh, sure.
you see what I mean? Like, so is it not present?
There's probably just not.
Mhm.
I think it's like not a reveal in itself. It's just like the game is a game.
Yeah,
So
they're
there's
like,
probably
hey,
nothing. There's
reminder,
nothing to rumor.
champions exist.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Mine's
Yeah.
obviously you gave me
Yeah.
the easy thing, just Gen 10 starters. Let's
Yeah,
go.
the starters are gonna be nice. I'm excited.
Let's
for that.
go.
Gym leader Jay says they've been a member for 1 month. Shout out to you. New to the community. Would rather I would rather a remaster with physical special split, updated decks with new Pokemon before endgame. Heck, even Johto postgame, 2 more weeks. Yeah, all that just feels like that's my ideal Kanto game. Is you play through Kanto, and then you get to explore the region that we all know is right there, which is Johto, right?
Mhm.
And then what that does is it flips the script where it's like you're actually seeing you're seeing the prequel, the 3-year prequel to Johto, which is kind of cool before the events that transpired. And so it really is just like a cozy little region, That would be fun. But that's just a new game, Dude, okay, actually hold on. Not a faithful remake. But like what is that even possible? Okay, I'm imagining Gen 5 engine. They basically in pixel art remake Fire Red and Leaf Green. It's like literally the same game. It's like a ROM hack. So it has like those
Maybe?
quality of life features. That would
I'm
essentially
trying
just-
to envision it.
That would be more reasonable than a BDSP thing.
Yeah, but I say that, but I'm like that would still require like the same amount of work,
Yeah. It's also just, well, no, never
Would it?
mind. I
Because
was
all the
gonna say
characters are still in the game. All the gym leaders are already in the game
Yeah.
through
I
the
was gonna
world
say
tournament.
that if they were remaking it, why would that not have been in the Terra League? But I guess BDSP wasn't in the Terra League either, was it?
I mean, this wasn't in the Terra League.
Well, I mean, and that's what I'm saying is like it's not in the
Yeah,
Terra League because
that's
it's
why
like
it's-
just a port. It's not like
Yeah.
even
More
really
reasonable.
requiring like this whole team.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Very
Sheesh,
weird.
dude. Sheesh. P1 Polyrath has been a member for 14 months. You guys are the best. Okay, I'll ask the question. Why won't they give us a fully updated Kanto game where we can see Pokemon above Gen 3 in it? Yeah, why? I think they're saving it. I would love to see a game like that. And I do think and at this point I'm like, okay, we're not getting that for a while. Actually, no, I guess we could get that because if this is a port and it's truly just a port, then it's just buying them time. There's still a Kanto game on Switch 2. It's a port, but that buys them time to actually make a full 3D Kanto game that has like all the bells and whistles of a modern Pokemon game. That'd be sick.
Maybe even includes more than Kanto.
Yeah.
Like, might have Johto and maybe even Hoenn, Sinnoh, Kitakami in it.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
Maybe they're working on something like that. Who knows?
Giovanni's Persian.
Maybe.
Yeah, for DLC. That would be sick. 2012 Black White 2 was when the last pixel Pokemon game came out. X and Y, or S, and on was 3D models. It would be nice to have more pixel styles accessible now. They're so cute, dude.
Yeah.
And every single game felt unique. Every single game. Even if it was just like...
Absolutely.
even third versions felt different.
Mhm.
You know?
Yeah.
Like the Pokemon models or the sprites in Fire Red and Leaf Green, even those Kanto Pokemon that were in Ruby and Sapphire, the game before, they still updated the sprites, so they felt different, and it felt like a completely different Pokemon. I just think that's kind of a lost art.
No,
Nerd,
I agree.
It's
that was
weird how
fun.
many times we've heard it though, even in this stream. I wonder if it's on the rise.
the appreciation for it.
Yeah. I mean, I've been talking about it quite a bit.
Yeah. I think like things what's
Have you
the
been?
thing they always say that history repeats itself? Like I think people are just kind of getting an interest in that era again, and if you look at especially with technology, history does repeat itself. Y'all remember when our phones used to be big and then they got really small and now they're getting big again?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
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 It's like going back to like vinyl records. Let's do it. Going back to CDs. Nerdy Seb with the super chat says Eclipse just posted interesting about the ports. We talked about that.
Yeah.
Thank you, Nerdy Seb. Nerdy Seb was actually on the. We did a call-in show, and so he was on today's podcast. He called in. And then N. Simmons with another super chat says, Dusty, would you be more excited if Fire Red Leaf Green are re-released as remastered games, not remakes, but just remastered? Yeah, I mean, is that kind of, yeah, maybe that's the thing that I've been kind of like fishing towards. Like, if they give us, like, I guess, like, what is the definition of a remaster? It's the same game, but it's like HD, it's clean, it's polished, it's adapted for like a wide. That would be something where it's like adapted for a widescreen rather than like, because the Game Boy games are like
square.
Yeah, it's like a square kind of. But yeah, honestly, that would be really cool. And then you have all these additional things where it's like maybe you can get a Togepi, right? Or it's like you can evolve your Golbat early into Crobat. Like, just make it. I just feel like there's so many. Every time we go back to Kanto, there's like out of universe. There's like, you know, it's like their fourth wall breaking limitations, which is frustrating, you know, because I'm like, I want to live in the game and I know Golbat can evolve. So let me evolve it, you know? When I was watching
you're
the
telling
Indigo
me
League,
it can evolve, but not letting me for some reason.
Yeah. So I think, yes, actually, yeah. And my mind went to like a Gen 5 style, but like, they don't even need to do that. It could still look the same as like Fire Red and Leaf Green. Dude, that would be nice, honestly. I think that's actually kind of what we've been circling, because then they can inject a bunch of random things. If they want to do, they could remove the game corner. You still need the location in the corner, but like they could add some like another mini game in there, you know, to make it more accessible.
Voltorb flip.
Yeah. Dude, that's going to be crazy if we see something like that. I wasn't able to put a label on it, but I could see that. And Simmons, I could see that. Because again, it's not a remake.
For the game corner and Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, was it just there and you couldn't play it?
No, you could play it.
You could play it in Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee?
I
don't remember.
Let's look it up.
I think it was there, but you could not play it.
Yeah,
because that's the issue. You can have a casino in a game, as far as I understand. You just cannot have children bidding their fake money to potentially win more fake money.
Yeah. Let's see. I'm on the Bulba. I'm not seeing it. Oh, here we go. Here it is. Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee.
So it's there.
Yeah, so it still is there.
You just couldn't play it.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah,
I guess
then there's a Porygon guy.
Yeah, but you could also capture all of those. That's also what was pretty cool about Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee that I think you guys sleep on a little bit. It's like you can get every Pokemon you can find on the wild, every Pokemon, which you can't do in
really
any other
pretty.
Kanto game.
Looks good.
Listen, you can acknowledge some of these other points. You don't, you know.
It looks good. I agree.
But what do you think about what I just said?
I think it looks really good.
No. But what do you think about every Pokemon being accessible in the wild?
That is nice.
Is that a cool
if
feature?
It's accessible in the game. It's
you can get Charmander.
I'm not
early
saying
on.
that's a bad feature.
That's what I'm saying. It's a good feature.
Like, sitting here going like, you know, oh, they made every Pokemon available in the wild. Let's freaking go, man. You know.
You can use anything you want. You can find a Porygon. I think it's a cool feature. If that was available in Fire Red, Leaf Green, I think you'd like it. That's all I'm saying. And then we got let's see, the man who spiders. Virtual Console Crystal got a physical release, but it was just the box with a download code. Not sure if they will do it again for Fire Red and Leaf Green. And I gotta be honest, I just bought a game, and it was a card key, and that is, they're gonna give us a card key is a downloadable code. Right?
It feels bad, doesn't it?
It does. Yeah. It does. Where's that game?
It's what they're doing for what y'all do if Gen 10's a card key.
I get upset.
But
not that upset. But upset enough.
Every time I want to get upset, it's like I'm upset on principle, but like once I pop the game in and it's on my Switch, I'm like, I actually just don't care at all.
Yeah,
you have the game, right?
Like when I'm at the store and I'm like, wait, there's nothing in this. There's not even like a booklet.
You don't care now, but I think like the danger of it is, you know how like the eShop shut down, so like if I don't have Pokemon Yellow on my 3DS, I cannot get it anymore.
Yeah.
I think the idea is hypothetically, like when they shut down that service, they might also shut down that game.
Sure.
So you paid the money for that game, but
Yeah.
nope, it's not yours. We shut it down.
Dude, no, you're right. Honestly, you're right.
And like to do that with like Gen 10 would be like an actual
You're right.
mainline Pokemon game. I'm honestly surprised they're doing it with Pokopia just because like Pokemon is a major seller on the Nintendo Switch. So I was surprised to see they were doing it with anything Pokemon, but
yeah.
imagine if it was Gen 10. Oh.
No, I think that does make sense because it's like I have all those carts in my drawer, and if this is 25 years after Gen 10, I could have the game, but I can't actually play it potentially, because it's just not available. So then I would have to emulate it.
Yeah.
Okay. That's yeah. How would I
25
feel?
years from now, though,
I'd be
who
pretty
knows?
disappointed. I'd be
Who
disappointed.
knows what 25 years from now is going to be like?
Yeah. All right. Who wants to talk to me about Generation 10 rumors?
Soul.
Let's see.
He does.
Let's see what we got. I mean, I want to talk about the Legends ZA stuff
Yeah.
or the Legends stuff more than anything, but
we can talk about that. You want to talk about that?
I mean, yeah, it's a crazy topic, to be honest.
Set it
but
up.
I guess we have to lay the groundwork, right? Which is basically there's a leaker on the scene. We've mentioned him a few times already on this not podcast, just live. But seems very credible. Got a whole bunch of stuff correct about what was it, the
Mega
ZA
Dimension.
DLC.
Yeah.
I mean, Lumi can go into detail about everything because he remembers everything. But but the most recent thing is he also pretty much leaked the entire Super Bowl commercial, like who was going to be in it and all that. So as far as I'm concerned, he's very credible. And, there's been other things, and other people will agree, other people will disagree. It's just how it goes. All that to say that he brought up a very interesting topic like a few days before the sales for Legends ZA dropped. And the topic essentially was, I mean, we have it on let me just pull it up so I can get a good...
I got it right here. Is this what you're talking about?
Those are the actual sales. I'm talking about what he actually said, which is right here. It's on our the Instagram or whatever, or on our Twitter.
Oh, okay.
But basically the gist of it was the sales weren't bad, but the goal that the Pokemon company set for Legends ZA, apparently they didn't meet that goal. And now they're essentially evaluating if the Legends series should continue. And that like threw a whole bunch of people into disarray. Basically the question is, could Legends like end? It's a very crazy question, and a lot of people are just, because you don't like something, you kind of just like disregard it. But I personally believe that this whole situation did go down. So I'm like, yeah, I do wonder about like what the Legends situation is going to be in the future. That's the main gist of it. I don't know how you guys feel about that.
This is my thoughts, and maybe it's me being optimistic because the rumors are that the next Legends game would likely possibly be Galar, which sounds amazing.
Oh yeah.
But I think that, purely optimistic, I think that they would still do it, and just if it doesn't perform well, Legends Galar will be our last Legends game. And if it does perform well, then they might keep going with it, because they've got to be, I don't know, I guess they don't got to be far in development with this, but I don't know, I feel like, because the sales for ZA are not bad.
No.
The target goal, I don't know anything about that because I don't work there, so I cannot say whether or not that's true, but I just doubt that they're so naive that they would completely like write it off, when again these sales, they are good. And also too, you have to think that surely they see that this entry was very different from Legends Arceus, whereas the very little we know about the next Legends game kind of seems to make it seem a lot closer to what Legends Arceus was versus ZA. So I don't know, I feel like they would maybe analyze that, hey, maybe we shouldn't set the entire game in one city again. Maybe we should add in new Pokemon versus solely Mega Evolution. Maybe, you know, people like an ancient setting more than a modern setting. I don't know. I feel like because the sales are good, there's no way that that sales goal was so high that they're just straight up going to go, never mind. Every work we've done on that, wrap it up. Throw it away. We're not doing it.
I also tend to think...
Yeah, go for it.
That, like...
Go for it.
I also tend to think that, like Pokemon, like the Legends series, Pokemon Legends, it's literally like it's a spin-off series. Yes, it is compatible, and yeah, it's compatible, and there's a ton of similarities, and it is in conversation with the mainline games, but like at the end of the day, they are spin-offs, and what I mean by that is, like, you know, it's not a new generation at all. So when you look at the sales numbers, we got Legends Arceus 15 million units, okay? That's nothing to scoff at, dude. Like, what do we, I don't mean you, dude. I said dude, and that sounded kind of like aggressive. No. I just meant like
not at all.
to the person who might be suggesting that.
I wanted to debate this stuff anyway.
Yeah.
It's good.
Like, I think Legends Arceus, Legends ZA, look at Legends ZA sold what, 12 million units? What are we talking about? Like, none of us listening or on this show make $20 million. Like, what are we talking about? This is like not nothing. You compare those millions of units sold to any of the other Pokemon spin-offs, which are what's Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Red and Blue. This is, I guess, coming from Joe Cerebi, sold 5 million units, but most other Pokemon spin-offs, 1 million, 2 million. Legends, the two Legends games are selling basically on par with the mainline games.
Especially when I don't know how many units this would make up, but I know for a fact that some people do buy both versions. So I do wonder, with Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl, Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, Black and White, Ruby Sapphire, they're looking at sales of both games.
Yeah.
So I wonder if those had been first versions, like, or just one version, would Legends Arceus' number actually maybe even surpass Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearls?
Yeah.
And then there's also the fact that surely they're aware that they did not drop Legends Arceus in November right before the holidays and instead did it 2 months after they dropped another game for the holidays. They barely promoted it, like, especially in comparison to Sword and Shield.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So
and also Legends ZA was like literally like so experimental for a Pokemon game. You know?
I think that's a downside to it for sure.
Well, I think it's an upside as like a standalone piece of like media. Like, I like it. I think I would like Pokemon to continue to experiment like this, especially with
I mean like for sales wise.
Yes, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, like it took a swing and it sold a $1 million less dollars. I feel like I feel like we look at these numbers and we're just armchair economists. Like, what are we talking? Not like. That's a like, I don't want to swear, but like, that's a crap ton of money. That's a crap ton of units. That's that many people.
That's not wrong.
That's 12 million people who bought the game. That's crazy.
Right.
It's a success.
Yeah.
Multiply that by 60.
Yeah. So I disagree with all of that, but not all of it. I agree that it is a ton of money. It's a ton of sales. It's it's better than most video games. When I look at Metroid Prime, like they made like 1 million sales. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying, dude. 100%. We always compare crazy, Pokemon to like Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
And what did that sell? 10?
Right.
I don't even know. 7 million units.
But
look it up, Lumi.
What I don't agree with is that it sold well. It did not sell
35 million.
What is it?
What did Breath of the Wild? Yeah.
Breath of the Wild sold over 35 million units.
Yeah.
Oh, geez. Okay.
That makes sense.
What about Tears of the Kingdom? No, that's crazy, actually. That's really good.
But it was, I mean, part of that is that number is including both Wii U and Switch sales. I'm sure that helps that, it was available on both.
Yeah,
but Tears of the Kingdom...
Just as a jab at the Wii U failed because no one had one. Right.
Tears of the Kingdom was still over 22 million.
Okay, so that's actually really, really good. All right, that makes sense.
Zelda's crazy. Zelda's not to be trifled with. Same with Mario, or
same with Pokemon.
I'd be interested to know the Donkey Kong ones, if anything. But I think that they still sell pretty well. Donkey Kong.
I just think, like, sure, if there's a little piece of information, I don't know, dude.
4.25 million.
I don't know, like, I run a business and I set benchmarks for things I want to hit. And if I miss it a little bit, I'm not like, you know what?
Scrap
it. Never doing that ever again, even though
Right.
it has all of these other like, to be honest with you guys, we don't make any money on merch sales for the podcast. But we do, actually, let me show this off real quick. We have a brand new website. Shout out to Kedzie. Genius. He whipped up this website for us, hiddenpowerpodcast.com. So gorgeous. Go check it out. Go check it out. I'm just proud of it. It's like it's nice. But you click this merch button, you go to shop.hiddenpowerpodcast.com. All of these designs are by our friend Noivi. He's the GOAT, and we got all these beautiful designs. But I'm just saying, like, to be honest with you, we pay Noivi, and we don't really make any money off these sales. But like, what I'm saying is, we do this because it's nice to have merch. You guys get your stuff. We get to wear stuff of our podcast, right? And it's nice. We don't just scrap it and say, let's delete the site, you know?
Mm-hmm.
That was as subtle of an
agree.
ad as I could have
very
done.
Nice.
Right.
Very nice plug. So my whole thing with this is like, I just don't agree that it sold well according to their standards. Like, I do agree that it sold well, and I do agree with what Lumi said at the beginning, which is I do think Ball Guy also said that Legends 3 is still in production, and I do think that Legends 3 will happen in some form, and that will be like their final testing thing. That's what the whole thing is like. It's not over. It's just being evaluated because so far, I don't think that they've reached what they want to do with this. I think back in the day when they were talking about Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, they were like, we want another series that can rival the mainline series. I think that's what they want. I think they want two series that are going like hand in hand,
like
and
Mario
they're going
3D, Mario side scroll.
No,
Right.
but we got to pause here. Like, sure, like you're saying rival, like these two games, sub-series, like the mainline series and the spin-off series, the Legends series or the Let's Go series, right?
Right.
They're not actually competing with each other. They're in tandem.
No, I think he means the sales numbers rival each other.
Sure,
like
but that's
keep up.
I don't think that is like a realistic expectation. It's not.
I mean, this is theory on my end. I just think that they.
I know,
the
and
only thing
I
that
disagree.
we know. Yeah, the only thing that we know about that is that they wanted to make a new series.
Yeah.
You know, that is like good enough. They were like, if it does well, we will continue with Let's Go games.
And my point is, I think it sold well.
It sold kind of well, but the reception was poor for Let's Go, and so they didn't.
Sure. And that's interesting.
Well, I also think Go relevancy kind of definitely fell off a little bit.
In Legends ZA, like for all the good things that it does, and we can all admit, like we've talked about this for the last couple months, like ZA did a lot of great things. Yes, but it also is incredibly divisive. So if we're talking about that and fan reception, I'm interested in a conversation about that.
I mean, it's a mix though, right? It's not just that. It's both of these things. But I just want to say, like, then they pivoted from Let's Go. They're like, we're not going to do that. We're going to do try this Legends series out.
Yeah.
And that sold it's the same amount that they're making here. But the reception was well received. So they're like, let's try another one. In my mind, they're like, we'll probably get way more money because people love this series now. And
I guess I'm looking
now they sell. They get this game and it's out. And the facts are this: it didn't sell well compared to Legends Arceus, and that is a problem. I think
$3 million less dollars.
But
it's not just
this
that.
is also 4 years of sales versus
no. I'm
months.
in the same amount of time.
Sure.
So in the same amount of time, and as you said before, Legends Arceus had everything going against it for sales. Like, had everything going against it. It was in the end of January, like, not the time that they want. It was, like, how much time is in between it and Pokemon Day, the reveal of Gen 10? Like, all of these other things with Legends Arceus was, like, a negative selling points. And then you have Legends ZA, which has all of the benefits possible. It's a Black Friday game. It's a holiday game. It has DLC announced for it before it even releases, and then DLC comes out a month after it. It should be selling way more than what it sold. That's the bottom line. And I think it underselling Legends Arceus has made them go to the table and been like, oh, maybe we should really start thinking about, like, is this going to get where we want it to go? And apparently, according to this leaker, he also said that they had like a crazy number in mind for like what they wanted it to sell. Now, if they clearly didn't reach that number, but you know, how much does that affect their mentality of like, do we want to keep this going?
Yeah.
Like I said, I think that they go into Legends 3 and be like, okay, yeah, let's try this one more time and see how it goes. Like, can it sell more than 12? Another thing about this game, just one last thing, it's done. No one, they're gonna sell like 2 million more, maybe. Like Legends Arceus, look at where it's at right now. I mean, it probably sold like 3 to 5 million more at this point. I don't know, maybe more. I'm just spitballing. I don't know how many more sales Legends ZA is actually going to get as well.
So okay, I'm sure. Just can you solidify like what is the argument that you're making, or like what is you're saying that the leakers said that leadership at Game Freak went to a table to discuss the fact that Legends ZA underperformed. Yes, I would say that probably happened 100%.
Yeah, but that's pretty much what I'm saying.
But are you saying they're not going to make any more Legends games?
That's
because that makes no sense.
That's what the leaker said. He was like, so he was explicit.
The leaker wasn't at the table.
I don't know, but he was explicit in saying.
You think Junichi Masuda's at the table? Or I'm sorry, is a leaker?
Junichi Masuda is at the table.
I actually don't think Junichi Masuda.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, that's true. He's not even Game Freak. Yeah.
So okay, so I think I'm just so like what is the implication that you're suggesting? Because
the implication is this is the shock value, right? This is why I want to just bring it up, right? It's just, how do people feel about there being one more Legends game and then it's done? You know
I disagree.
I mean?
No, I totally.
I feel like people would be like,
I don't think that's going to happen. I think Legends is a cultural success. People are think about.
I disagree. I think Legends Arceus was for a bit.
Yes, Legends
a very small bit. I think people think it's like a great game.
Yes, I agree. If you look at every single switched Pokemon game, what is the one thing that people are like, this is actually what we want the future of Pokemon to be?
Right, Legends Arceus.
Exactly.
They should redo that.
So why would they just destroy the series? I think, listen, this is what they're doing. If anything, I think what they're doing is not saying, is the Legends game good because it sold, like it sold 60% of what, our best-selling Pokemon game of all time has sold, right? They're not saying that. They're saying what is different about Legends ZA compared to Legends Arceus? And I think it's the setting. I think it's the vibe. I think it's the storytelling. Yeah. It is. Mm-hmm. It's all of those things. It's also the battle system being action-based versus turn-based. I think it's all those things. And so what we've seen from the Terra League roadmap is that the next Pokemon Legends game is slated to be a Legends Galar game, which is so sick, right? In a medieval Galar region. Like, that is so sick.
Can I play this on Steam?
No, you can't.
I do think it is so sick.
So the solution, or the conversation that they're probably having is, well, thank God we're working on this, because this is what people liked about Legends Arceus.
Yeah, I hope so.
And they made a game. They made an experiment with the Legends series. People liked it. They did another experiment and said, you know what? There's a lot of X and Y fans. We haven't touched Mega Evolution in forever. We want to bring this back. We'd like to try an action, style combat. That's something that people have wanted for a long time. It's been part of the conversation. Let's try it. And I think Legends ZA, honestly, is so great for so many reasons. It's not perfect, but there's so many great things about it, and I'm glad they're experimenting. But it's also futuristic. It's like modern day, which I think on paper, before the game came out,
people were upset with.
No, I think on paper it's not that crazy, because guess what? Every Pokemon, every new generation is modern day, right? So to think that they say, okay, what if we take a Legends game, we make it modern day? It feels less of a genre piece. Maybe more people will like that. And it seemed I think what happened was there were too many key things that were different about Legends ZA that turned people off who maybe liked Legends Arceus. So I think a return to an ancient Pokemon region, seeing the history, the legend of a Pokemon region, and telling a new story in this way, that's probably what they're going to do. But regardless,
so.
even if that sells the same amount or whatever, I don't think they're scrapping the Legends series. Because another thing is what I'm saying is that these Legends games are spin-offs. They're not a mainline game. It's a spin-off. That's like half of the...
They are mainline games, though. I agree with you that they play as spin-offs. Like, I think I would
yes,
be like,
they play as spin-offs. They play as spin-offs, but they are still main series. They're made by Game
It is a
Freak.
main series game.
I'm not disagreeing with that. I'm saying, but they are spin-off games. They literally are spin-offs. It's not a new series.
If that isn't,
there's no gyms.
At the end of the day, it doesn't matter if they're spin-off or not. If Pokemon is wanting them to achieve the same numbers as the main line, if that's the
and he never said it was as he never said it was as much as the main line, but sure. I assume that he said it was a very unrealistic goal, like a very unrealistic number, and I don't think that another series will ever be a rival to it. I think, but at least to get close is what I'm assuming. I agree with what you're saying, Dusty.
I don't think they're scrapping. They're not scrapping Legends. I'm not. I don't know. That makes no sense.
This is what I'd say.
I know it. It's not happening.
People, look, here's the thing. There were all these rumors and arguably set up within Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee for them doing a Johto Let's Go game. That obviously never happened. Now, whether they actually planned on one or not, we may never know. But I am thinking that if they're evaluating the Legends games, that means that they are doing that. They're evaluating the Legends games. They're going, all right, Legends Arceus outsold Legends ZA when it kind of had all this stuff against it. Why is that? And they're probably going to be taking more ideas from Legends Arceus in Legends Galar, hypothetically, or Legends 3. It technically could be. We talked with Golden Owl. Y'all should check out that podcast where we talked about the likelihood of these games being set in stone. And Golden Owl proposed that it's very possible that Legends Galar could actually end up being Legends Hoenn. Or Legends, we joked it could be a Legends game entirely set within the SSN. So I think they'll be taking more inspiration from Legends Arceus versus Legends ZA. And then they release that game. They release Legends Galar with, this renewed evaluation in mind.
Yeah.
But I think that if that game performs like Legends ZA, or certainly if it performs worse than Legends ZA performed, I do think there's a chance that they go, nope.
So here's the thing.
This is our last one.
Here's the thing about them going no as well. I said this when I made a tweet about it, but just to be like positive about it as well. It's kind of a good thing if it's not doing so well in their eyes. They're gonna pivot again and make something else again.
Sure.
It's not like they're getting rid of their idea of wanting to make a rival game to the mainline games. You know what I mean? I think it might not be called Legends. It might be a completely new thing that is, a different way to play Pokemon.
I can get on board with that. Yeah. I guess if we're just talking about
I'm not saying like they just cut it off completely and then it's just there's nothing but the mainline games. I think this is a goal
that's what I'm saying.
That
makes
achieve.
no sense. Like this game is making money and it's winning. It's creating goodwill in the fandom. It's giving something to us as fans, even older fans, that is aspirational. And it's also, the Legend series is also appealing to non-Pokemon fans and getting them on board in the same way that Pokopia is going to bring non-Pokemon fans into the fold to become Pokemon fans. I feel like the chat's saying I'm not hearing what you're saying. What are you saying that I'm missing?
No,
because I just disagree with you, and that's what I'm hearing. Is there something I'm not acknowledging?
I don't think so. I think we just came to a pretty reasonable conclusion even just there, because I really think that that's the situation. And I will say this is all coming from a leaker that I personally trust. But if you don't trust him, that's fine as well. Like, it's fine if you don't trust what somebody's saying, but this is all based on a leak that someone said. Like, I would not be bringing this up if I didn't hear a leak about it. I wouldn't be like, it sold bad. To me, I would never know that this sold bad unless this leaker was like, they actually think that it sold bad.
Sure.
And they are reevaluating the Legends as a whole, as a series.
Sure. Yeah.
I will also say, I wanted to say something when you were mentioning Legends 3, since we're talking about it a little bit. I think they will go back to like the more Legends Arceus things. They should go back to it. Yeah. But when we look at some of the things that they were trying to do with this game, it is concerning to me, and I think that those things will not sell well. And what they were was like using AI to like have the Pokemon just auto battle while you're running around with like a big group of Pokemon.
Yeah.
Like, to me, that whole concept is pretty not sellable that much. And I don't know, I'm not a marketing person, but like,
no,
it's a little concerning
yeah.
to me to be like, and I think that they could even be reevaluating, like pivoting in this game from what they were thinking. Do you know what I mean? It could always still be the Legends title, and then they just like change everything about the game.
And that was all a
that's
pitch
what I'm talking
too,
about.
is the good news. Because like the pitch for Legends EA was, we're gonna call it Legends Lugia and Legends Ho-Oh, and we're gonna set it in ancient Johto. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they can always pivot from the pitch regardless.
Yeah, I guess what I'm disagreeing with, I guess it's like, okay, sure, if they give us another side series game that is scratching the same itch but it has a different name, then they're not scrapping the Legends series, Like, they're just not. Like, it just has a different coat of paint,
Yes and no. It just depends on like how much they do. But yeah, it depends how you see the Legends series. It's like, is it just like an experimental game that they can do whatever they want in? Kind of, yes. But at the same time, I guess they've set a few things that are...
It's an action-based Pokemon game.
Yeah.
I think it's comparable to Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, where it's like, they did scrap Let's Go in the sense that we did not get another Let's Go game, but they did continue making different ways to play through a Pokemon story in a familiar region with the Legends game. So like, there would be some kind of spiritual successor to Legends. I also think there's a chance, because we've also heard about some project that is even less far into development, is even earlier in development, called Project Seed. And this is supposed to be MMO that is set in a region or a world rather, that will contain Kanto, Johto, Hoenn, Sinnoh, Kitakami, and any areas in between there that haven't been captured yet, like from real life Japan. And so, I mean, I guess there's also a chance that if that were to perform really well, while, say hypothetically Legends Arceus doesn't meet their quota again, maybe then that's what they do, is Seed kind of becomes next Legends, the next Let's Go. And so then Gen 11, instead of a Legends game or a Let's Go game, we actually get a Seed game that is now... Instead
Pokemon
of all
MMO.
these Japanese regions, it's a Pokemon MMO with Galar, Paldea, and Kalos.
And
which is definitely possible, because it'd be exactly what we're talking about. It'd be like, okay, there's no more Legends, but there's this new series that is like completely new experience that you're doing.
What I'm saying,
and also Seed
is
just the last thing, Seed and Legends 3 being like on the like planned games, it's like they're just the year after each other, and I feel like an MMO game is not a game that you just have for 1 year. Like it goes Legends, Seed, Gen 11. It's like there's no way that those 3 games are all gonna be in succession like that. To me, it's like it's either Seed or Legends, or Seed after Gen 11. You know what I mean? So it's like it is the whole situation's a little weird.
Yeah. To wrap up the section, I guess what I'm thinking is like, the Legends series is action-based. It is experimental. It is basically it's also telling stories. It's giving us gameplay, right, that we would not have access to in different time periods, that we wouldn't have access to outside of, and complementary to the mainline Pokemon games and stories, right? And like, to me, that's how I would define the Legends games. Arceus and ZA are so different, right? If there's a conversation, which conversations happen, like they're running a business, conversations happen, that's normal. Okay, this happened, what do we do next? Even if it was successful, they'd be having a conversation. And what I'm saying is, just because they're having a conversation because it disappointed them, doesn't mean they're going to just blow it up. Again, it sold over 10 million units. That is so much money, and it's also breathing goodwill into the fandom. My point is, what they could be doing is just pivoting or considering and reflecting on whatever might have made Legends EA bad, to put in what maybe fans didn't want, to enhance and to adjust whatever Legends 3 is going to be.
We should do a video on that, like a like a video that's kind of under the guise of like, hey, if they are reevaluating Legends and going, Legends 3 needs to be different, we need to be doing something different. Like, what do we want that something different to be?
Yeah.
Because we're the consumers, so we're the people who are going to either make that game perform well or not, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
It's not a bad idea. But anyway, I just wanted to bring it up and be like, this is a thing. And I do agree that, like, I agree with what you just said to an extent. Like, I do think that they had a conversation. I do think someone said, like maybe we won't do Legends anymore. But that's the conversation. Like, who doesn't have, like, conversations about what we're gonna do next? You know what I mean? So it's
we had one yesterday about what we're recording.
It's like that could happen, and they could go with that thought, but maybe that doesn't happen and they don't go with that thought. So it is a interesting thing to think about. I just thought it's interesting to think like, what if there wasn't a Legends series?
It's a little scary. It's a little scary.
Yeah, but it is also exciting in a way too. So I don't know. It's both.
All right, let's
go, Johto.
That was a lot longer than I thought, and that was fun.
Let's go, Johto!
So what's going on?
Imagine that'd be the worst case.
What's going on with Gen 10? What's the deal? What's the dealio with Gen 10? There's been a lot of stuff. Power Podcast has been tweeting. We got some posts on our Instagram. Go check that out. Mm-hmm. We post there. Feels daily over on Instagram. Yeah. But like what
definitely recently it has been.
What's the temperature with Gen 10? Right. We got maybe it's 2/12. We got 15 days until Pokemon Day. That's crazy.
It's probably pretty hot. Like the temperature of the
temperature is crazy.
There's a lot of
temperature's nuts.
There's a lot of people talking about, there's a lot of bogus rumors about the starter Pokemon. This post was right here the whole time. I was looking for it. I spent like a minute looking for that.
It's right there.
Sorry, I was talking, so I couldn't help you out with that.
I guess we could. Did we talk about this in the last episode?
We have not talked about this.
Hannah Montana has been talking about
the
starter Pokemon. They said that the grass type starter. The grass type starter. There's a person talking about how the grass type starter for Generation 10 is going to be. They described it as derpy or lame, but it grows on you. And they also talk about how the fire starter is going to be super cute, maybe a fan favorite, and then the water type starter is Slays. That was their description, and then they said like, but what I mean by this is that it's a cool Pokemon. Right. I think this is a pretty. I talked about this on my second channel, Dusty Topic, and I thought this was just kind of like it's just like not enough to really like attach onto. Like even if the person does know or has seen what the starters are going to be, this tells me nothing because I think every fire type starter is the fan favorite, and I think most of the grass types, because they're quadrupeds or like. I just feel like they're a little derpy. They're like a little derpy. They're a little lumpy, but they're cute. They're trustworthy. They're sturdy, and the water types, are usually the cool ones. Yeah,
I mean,
So this just seems pretty lukewarm of a take.
I don't.
It has been that way.
Yeah.
I mean, I would argue with like
what can you learn? Do you disagree? Like what can you learn?
No, I agree with that.
I think you can. I think you can glean stuff from this though. Game Freak has talked about. I think they talked about this around Gym 5 specifically. They talked about how with their starter Pokemon, they try to give them like different personalities so that they appeal to a different group of people. And what this tells me is the grass one's the funny one, the fire one's like the kind of more cutesy, maybe even like, I don't know, think of a cute personality, like maybe it's timid or maybe it's happy or whatever. And the water one is the cool one. So to compare it
But what does that mean? Like what could that teach us about the Pokemon? Because
I mean, I think just like it teaches you maybe it kind of gets me, like, for example, I typically end up using the cool one, quote unquote. So like it does kind of have me of these three. I'm like, ooh, I'm really ready to see that water starter. Because
it's like it's like a fun tease to like get you ready to like want to pick one. You know what I mean? I agree with like it not having much of a impact on you.
There's no substance.
But I don't agree with like all the fire starters being the most popular or all the water starters being the coolest. Like I don't think that is a thing.
I think fire starters most like literally because it's fire, that is like the default, the cool one.
I don't know. I pick the cool ones.
Charizard,
I don't
Typhlosion,
pick the fire ones.
Blaziken is the cool one.
I mean, yeah, but look recently.
Infernape.
Look recently though, like Paldea, Fuecoco is the grass starter here. Quaxley would probably be more like the, honestly, I think it or Sprigatito.
I think Sprigatito's the cool one.
Because I think
Sure.
Sprigatito is the cool one now. Maybe in the base stage though, Sprigatito was kind of more the cute one and Quaxly more the cool one. But
Sure.
they definitely I think flipped. But yeah,
it's also
I mean,
just the first stage.
Listen, I'm just saying, I'm not saying it's wrong or whatever. I just mean like,
yeah.
it doesn't tell me anything. It's not like,
No, I get that.
I'm not.
That's funny
I'm
that
not
you say
disagree-
that it's.
What does it
it's
tell
funny
you about the
you say that
Pokemon? I can't learn anything about the
No,
Pokemon.
no, no,
It didn't make you excited for a certain one though.
No.
That's funny. It made me excited. Like I'm excited anyways, but it did make me like 3% more excited to see the water starter than the other two.
I would have loved. Sure. Okay. I guess I got a different like threshold for leakers. I'm like, if you just don't tell me anything, then I don't know if you know anything, and then we're clamoring about nothing. I think it would have been cool if they were like, the fire starter has a purple belly.
Yeah.
Then you could be like,
I don't know how many people want like
all
too
right,
much
what does that mean?
descriptions though as well.
But that's
you know,
that's like a description that is like gets you thinking, but like it doesn't tell you anything, but I can still get excited. I just feel like these descriptions are just a regurgitation of.
He told you
what
that
Lumi was
Hannah
saying.
Montana was excited about them.
That doesn't tell me
Is that
anything.
not enough for you?
No.
So the thing is, he's gone into more detail with them as time has gone on, a little bit.
Yeah.
But I do agree with you in a way, Dusty, where it's like the only thing about this is these are his opinions. So like, it could be completely different in reality, but it
Remember
still
when
gets you a little hype.
Said that the Hisuian Decidueye was like incredibly lame and he really hated it.
Yeah.
And a lot of people actually really love Hisuian Decidueye.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, naturally,
I like
everyone's gonna like
it.
something differently, you know?
Right.
It's just kind of that's how it goes.
Like, I think it would have been cool if they were just like, the water type has like 3 fingers. Because then, you know what? I mean, I guess, you know what I would like? Because then it's like on Pokemon Day, that's a hard like statement. And if it's like easier to verify when Pokemon Day comes
I think
around.
though that's
That's
the difference
true,
though.
but
Is
that
he's
doesn't-
not looking to verify himself. He's just kind of looking to share like, this is the vibe I get from them, you know.
Also,
But
Because
then
I
we
would
could
say
take
that
that-
doesn't tell me anything. Like,
Yeah,
oh great,
also,
the
does that
water
make
starter
you
has 3
happy?
fingers. Fantastic.
No, but
I'm
then- but
so
then we-
excited.
No, if it was like the grass type starter has big ears, okay, that's a legitimate trait that we could like actually try to find and connect with.
It's an elephant, sure.
Yes, right. Big. I was thinking, an elephant. Yeah, okay. I didn't even get there. You were like 4 steps ahead of me. That's great. That's what I'm saying. If they say something specific, even if it's vague, you're not learning it. You're not being spoiled, but you can actually chew on that and discover something. I just hate that the conversation is, ooh, the guy has something. That's not exciting. If you're gonna tell me something, like let me try to like I want to be Charlie. I want to be like on the map. I want to actually figure stuff out. You said
Charlie.
Charlie.
Oh yeah,
Charlie Day.
It's always
Always
sunny.
Sunny.
I know what
Yeah.
you're talking about. Yeah.
Like just knowing it is not. That's not a hint. That's not anything. I got nothing to chew
Sure.
on. You know,
I
saying
think
that there's
it's
going to be a new game
a matter of
announced on
opinion.
Pokemon Day means nothing.
Did you see though? I was proud of this. He later posted this thing that was like, if you guess the starter, like what each one is, like
Yeah, you
say
said that.
hypothetically,
I was like,
you
you
were
got
like,
it.
oh, it's a water turtle, a fire lizard, and a
Sure.
grass frog. Like, I'll like your post so you know that you were right. And I put a picture of, because this dude's been like talking about Hannah Montana.
Yeah.
So I put a picture of Hannah Montana in a red shirt, Rico from Hannah Montana in a green shirt, and Mitchell Musso's character, who I do not remember the name of, I think it was Oliver, in a blue shirt. And he liked it, and then he even reposted it. So what that tells me is that the starters for Gen 10 are
Okay, listen,
Hannah
I'm
Montana. But
I'm
I
glad
think,
you're
though,
getting some use out of this. That's good. That's fun.
So here's the thing, though. I think you can maybe gleam into that, all right?
For sure,
So
for
first
sure.
off, you could hypothetically go, I don't think this will be the case, but just because Skeletor's was just like this, but you could go, Hannah Montana for the fire starter. Interesting. Is the fire starter a singer, you know?
Sure.
I noticed, I did some research on Rico specifically from Hannah Montana.
Oh my gosh. Okay, listen,
Rico
Lumi. Maybe you're going to change my mind on this. I'm not pulling up his Wikipedia page.
Is
but okay.
In Hannah Montana. So one thing about Rico is that he was actually initially the antagonist.
What does this
and-
podcast become?
I know,
This is what-
dude. This is
Just
what it
Disney
always
Channel
was.
we're
lore.
cooked.
Yeah,
We're
yeah.
cooked. But so Rico is like arrogant. He is always like pulling these evil pranks on people. He was the antagonist for the first part of the show, so you could maybe glean, oh, are we getting another Grass Dark starter? Which would be lame, by the way, because we just had that. But
Okay,
then
yeah, okay.
also,
Listen, you're selling me a little bit. Okay.
It gets better. It gets better. So in the show, Rico has an identical twin cousin. So you could go, okay, maybe this starter has been done before. So say, like, for example, Fuecoco is an alligator, so maybe it's a grass alligator because that's been done before. He has an identical twin cousin. But then also, specifically, Rico's identical twin cousin is Australian. So you could glean that maybe the starter, the grass starter, is an Australian Pokemon, like a kangaroo or something.
You know what, dude? Honestly,
that one's too deep. That one you lost.
Why have we not talked about this before? This is this is good. You're doing the exercise. This is good. Maybe I'm too old. Maybe, I guess. Damn.
Yeah,
I never watched
Hannah
Hannah Montana.
I was like, I don't even know who these people are.
Yeah. This is how my wife thinks I sound talking about Pokemon. You know.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, dude. Okay. That's fun. That's fun.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm realizing we're gonna have to do a whole nother video, a stream about all this Gen 10 stuff because there is I
mean, we did cover quite a bit of like the rest of it is mostly about the leaked images and what Gen 10 kind of looks like.
Yeah.
And then like you know
did we talk about this?
We didn't talk about the leaked images, like the actual images from the Terra leak, but we did talk about like the map because that had leaked, like the maps and the locations and like what would be shared there. But we did not talk about like those 9 images that leaked, that were like, you know, beta images of Gen 10. And it is interesting to look at and talk about. I mean, we can just touch on it if you want. It's just, you know, it's in beta. If it looks good to me.
Sure.
I think it will look better than that. So it's like, all right. Let's go. Right. You know, that's how I feel about it. But a lot of people are like freaking out, and thinking that it looks bad. So that's craziness.
What, Lumi?
Lumi's still on Hannah Montana.
I did such a dumb.
Wait. Have we considered the crossover episode with Phil of the Future?
Oh my gosh.
Oh, or
I don't know if that exists.
Life. Or Wizards on Deck with Hannah Montana, where there was the Wizards of Waverly Place,
there's gonna be
Life on Deck,
the twins,
and Hannah Montana crossover.
It's the twins. Tandemaus is gonna get a new evolution.
Oh my god.
A water type evolution.
Tandemaus is the Gen 10 starter. No, I did look up to see if
where
they
the
had
father
any pets.
leaves and they're raised
Rico
by their
does
performer
not have
mother.
Any,
yeah.
I was trying to see if they had any pets, but Rico does not have any pets. Oliver does not have any pets. Hannah does have a dog, so dog fire starter. There you go.
Lumi, okay, you're selling this to me. This is fun.
Crazy.
Oh my gosh.
Holy cow! What did you think
dude.
about those images, the leaked ones? Did you look at them? I'm sure you did.
Which
I looked at them a little bit. I think we got to do another episode.
2024 bid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think they're promising. If you look at Scarlet and Violet in 2020, frankly, I think they look better than Scarlet and Violet right now, if we're being honest.
Yeah.
Like in its final version. But also, I saw some people comparing them to Scarlet and Violet 2 years before its release, and I mean, it was like the difference is drastic. I feel very encouraged about what Gen 10 will look like. I will say, always tamper expectations. I do think if you're going to go into this game expecting it to look like, I don't know, the PS5 Spider-Man, you're probably going to get let down.
Yeah.
But I think it'll look a lot better than Scarlet and Violet.
I think there's some good stuff, man. I think there's some good stuff.
Yeah, I agree. And that's pretty much what I was saying as well. So I think, you know, we'll see. We'll see so soon.
I think the images look really good. I do think the images look good. And that'll be like that'll be 3 years behind of what it's actually going to look like. I'm telling you guys, I'm telling you, Gen 10's going to blow our minds. We've been conditioned to hate and to expect just janky Pokemon games. I am so ready for the videos of all the Nintendo people and the people who don't even play Pokemon normally, who love Pokemon, but just don't play the games because they don't like the games. cannot wait for those videos to pop up where everyone's like, they've come back. Pokemon is great. It's awesome. It looks awesome and it plays like a modern game and like it's gonna be awesome. Like I cannot wait for that. I cannot wait. I'm so ready. I'm sick of
I love your optimism. I will.
Do you disagree? Because the images that have leaked look really good.
Yeah, it's subjective. I think some people think they look bad. To be honest,
what do you think? Do you think they look bad?
But
I think they look
the
decent.
What do you
ones who
think, Saul?
they look bad. Like you have to then also take the context of them being 2 years old. Like I agree, I wouldn't want the final game to look like that.
The people
but they
being
are
2
2 years old.
They're going to be
The
3
people
years
being
old.
2.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. So my personal.
Do you think we're going to get a
view on the whole
janky
thing-
Gen 10 game? Do you think we're going to get a janky Gen 10 game?
My personal view on the whole image thing is, as a Pokemon fan, I think they're going to look great. For people that are not Pokemon fans that play those games like constantly, that constantly compare these games to like AAA PlayStation 5 titles, I think that they'll complain like they always do. But I think we're in the gold. Like we're gonna have a great time. I think personally.
That's all I care
I'm
about.
about that.
That's all I care
Yeah,
about.
like it is true. But at the same time, I just can't. I don't think we're gonna get a janky game, but I do think Game Freak will Game Freak, and there are things that will inevitably be. Like we're like, I don't like this, but whatever.
Yeah, I'm not saying
hopefully
we're
it's
gonna.
not level scaling. Hopefully that's in it.
Yeah, I'm not saying
fine.
we're gonna get like a perfect game. I'm saying I think we're gonna get a game that is as competent as any other like popular series that comes out. You know, there's like a perfect game doesn't exist because it's a subjective idea, right? But what I'm saying is like Scarlet and Violet. Like there were technical issues. There's also subjective, like, game design issues. BDSP, tons of technical issues. Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, devoid of additional long-term content. Legend ZA, so much. Like I literally feel like Legend ZA is like, it's like a flip of a coin. You look at like 4 things, it's like amazing, it's peak. You look at the other 4 things, it's like embarrassing.
Yeah.
Arceus, it's what's crazy. I even hear people say this. I've gone the other way now. I love Arceus. It's so fun. It's nostalgic. But when I do replay it, yes, it is fun. But like, it still has the same limitations of a Legends game. You literally can't battle your friends. You barely do any battling in the game. There's still issues with that. I'm just saying. Yeah, even Scarlet and Violet Sword and Shield look good. But they're just like this like linear game that feels so boring on a home console. But we're on the Switch too. I really think, and again, from these leaked images, I think we're going to get a game that is competent, that is smooth, that has an art direction. Yes, it's going to have Game Freak hiccups, but I think it's going to be a good game. Just like it won't have, you know what I'm saying? And there will be people complaining
absolutely.
about it. There will always be
agree.
people complaining. I just don't think it'll be broken. I don't think it'll be broken.
Agree. I agree. I think the only thing that I would get hung up on is the art direction, because so far we've seen like it's a little Scarlet and Violet-y, and that might be a thing. But just to go back to your point, I agree with everything you're saying. I think that is great, especially for us as Pokemon fans.
Yeah.
I just think that there's this part of Pokemon fans that we want like the game of the year. Like we want Pokemon
but that's not what I'm talking about. Yeah.
I know. I'm just saying that there's
that.
a thing in Pokemon fans that's like, and I agree with this sentiment. Like, why can't Pokemon be game of the year?
Yeah.
Like, why can't it be?
It's
why
a
can't
small
it be
indie
like
studio.
It's a small indie studio. No, that's exactly the problem. Is like people are like, yo, this is Pokemon. This should be like blowing people's socks off.
Right.
And not even let's not even say game of the year. Let's say like just a critically acclaimed game, like that it's good, that people like. I'm not talking about like. There's always haters for every single game, even game of the year.
Yeah.
Like I'm not talking about the haters, forget them. I'm just talking about like a Pokemon game that is well renowned as like it's good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's something that I don't think Gen 10 is going to be that, and that's okay. But I'm just saying we long for it. You
You think Gen 11 will be that?
That's what we say every time, but then it's like I don't know because Gen 11 is going to probably be on the Switch too. Probably be like, years from now. So it's like so much could change in
2030.
that time. And maybe Gen 11 is the gen that we get that game.
I just remember
I don't think
going
it's this game, but
sure, yeah. And I don't know. Like I don't know.
Yeah, who knows? I don't know either.
From what I've seen, and also the fact that this game is going to be exclusively on the Switch 2, which, guess what? It's actually it's starting to blow my mind that like other games are going to be on Switch 2. Like games that were only on PlayStation can now run on Switch 2, and they look good. And they perform well. There's no more technical limitations. I guess I am remembering when every Pokemon game iterated on itself. And I don't mean it didn't experiment, but I mean like Gen 5 to Gen 6, mind-blowing. And then I remember thinking like, how could they top this? Gen 7 is literally like, it's got like console proportions, right? But on a 3DS. And then again, jumping to Sword and Shield, I think like on paper, it is a massive step up. It's just like, the problem was that guess what? You're making a game for a console, not a handheld, right? So, and like, you know, and there were tons of issues with like political issues with like Nat decks and like the trees, and it turned into like a big whatever. But I do remember a time when it's like every Pokemon game was like just a giant step up. And listen, Game Freak has had a decade to work through their growing pains. And like I said, we're on the Switch too. We've seen images. We've seen images we've seen images of Generation 10 3 years before the game's going to come out, and it looks already probably twice as clear. It looks twice as good as Scarlet and Violet.
So
I would say it
bad.
looks as good. Maybe.
No, it
dude,
undeniably
did you see
looks
that
better.
desert
It
shot
undeniably looks better. Dude, undeniably looks better. It looks so good. In their beta
the
or whatever.
Shots, that's crazy.
The desert shot is
better.
like, oh.
I think I also just like, yeah, there's always going to be haters, but like the popular sentiment, like the videos that I'm talking about, I'm not talking about the videos where people are just like dogpiling. I'm talking about the videos or the reviews or whatever, where it's like, listen, I love Pokemon. I want to play Pokemon. I played this game and I like Pokemon, but come on, make a good game. That's like the sentiment. Like,
Yeah.
And that's the request. Make a good game. I think Gen 10 is going to be a good game. And I'm not talking about the people who are just not interested in Pokemon because it's like, because they're edgy or they just like only want super high fidelity things. Fine. If that's what you like, that's what you like. But like, that's not what a Pokemon game is going to provide to you. I'm talking about like true blue Pokemon fans, right? That just like,
I think we're eating.
and I'm not talking about like us watching this Pokemon podcast. Like we're super fans. I'm talking about like my, you know, like my cousin who hasn't played Pokemon in 10 years, but you know, when ZA came out, they were like, oh, that looks fun. I think I'm going to get it because they love Pokemon and they play Pokemon Go, but they just haven't been interested in the games because they're not up to par. Like those aren't super fans. They're not listening to a podcast. They have other things to do. So
do you think,
that's
obviously, like, we haven't seen anything from it, so this might be an annoying question, but just gut feeling, do you think Gen 10 will outsell Scarlet and Violet?
Dude, honestly, maybe not because it's on Switch 2. The install base isn't there.
That is a thing, too.
That's huge, dude. That is so huge. I've never thought about this, but you're right. Like, it's an interesting question. I don't think so. Because it's only on Switch 2. I don't know. Maybe over time.
I think yes. I'd mentioned that we were going to talk about Pokopia a little bit. Pokopia. But I think Pokopia even outsells. Pokopia might even outsell ZA, in my opinion. But we'll see.
Oh,
we'll
I
see,
was asking if it would
that's
outsell
crazy.
Scarlet and Violet.
I know.
Pokopia outselling ZA. I think you might be right. I've seen a lot more.
Crazy.
I feel like I've seen more interest outside of the Pokemon sphere in Pokopia than I saw for ZA.
Yeah.
Always knew this thing was going to be. The second that it was Animal Crossing and Pokemon, like, look at how much Animal Crossing sold, and then you'll be like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, but Animal Crossing sold that much because it happened during the pandemic. And there were no other games on Switch, and that became like the default game. So that's not because, and I'm not saying Animal Crossing is a bad game, but it like, that was the start of like, you know, that was like the...
Better not say that. All them villagers will come.
I'm just saying, you put them together.
No, 100%. I agree.
Their powers combined.
There's a big audience.
Cannot be defeated.
What's that anime
Lumi,
thing where they like combine?
Oh, bro, I know you just didn't do that. That's hilarious.
Lumi, you sent the
it's from
leaked
Dragon Ball.
the leaked images that you sent it's crazy. The comparison between Scarlet and Violet and Wind and Wave.
Yeah. Between the beta.
They look
I
so
do think-
different. There's like
I do think that it'll sell.
shadows.
It'll sell.
There's colors. There's like the
Yeah.
biomes look kind of specific.
And honestly, it looks closer to Snap than it does Scarlet and Violet. In that shot, I don't think it'll look like
Yeah.
Snap. I'm just saying, like,
I think it
That's
will
a-
look like
that's
Snap.
promising.
Ball Guy even had hinted a little bit at that, and I think it could look like Pokemon Snap quite a bit. And
that's
what
good,
everyone
though.
wants.
that's
Yeah,
a
that's what
really
everyone wants.
great game that people should play.
Yeah.
Wait. So you're saying it will look like Snap, but you don't think it's gonna look as good as Scarlet and Violet?
No, I never said it wasn't gonna look as good as Scarlet, but I never said those words did not come
No,
out.
he
of my
did not
mouth.
say that.
No way.
He was saying that he still thinks though that it is Pokemon, so it is not going to be, a game that you're going to be like, at least people outside the Pokemon sphere are going to play and be like, "Oh my god, this game is beautiful." No, they're probably still going to play it and be like, "Geez, come on, Pokemon."
Yeah.
Get
You know,
together."
You know something that when I was watching your stream, Dusty, when you had Jake on,
Yeah.
and you guys were talking about something really specific that I was like, this is so real, and it's like all of gaming, like the people in gaming, whoever games, whatever, we have like, and I don't know about us gamers, yes, but I don't know about us specifically,
Capital
but they
G
have like this
gamers.
idea, like it always has to look the same way, the
Dude,
Unreal
Jake
Engine
blew
look.
my mind with that. I had
Oh,
never.
yeah.
He didn't even say it, but like, or he said it kind of offhand. But then something clicked where I realized like, because so many games are built in what is it, Unreal Engine, like that's the engine, like because so many games
That's what
are
everything has
built.
to look like.
Well, it because it's so popular and became the industry standard. I didn't think that could actually develop like a taste or an appetite for that visual style. Almost like it basically simulated an art style that people are nostalgic for. So if a game doesn't look like that, I never thought of it like that. I thought it was just like people who like, again, we're just like being too technical. Like, well, it needs to look this good, but it's like.
It's a standard in their minds, and in
Yeah.
their, like that's what they expect all the time. Like,
But
if
it's like
it doesn't
it became
look
like an
that,
art
then it's not
style.
good.
That's crazy.
Yeah, for sure.
I never
If
thought
it
of
doesn't
that.
look like that, then it's not good in their minds. Like
People
that's why
tell me-
Beast of Reincarnation is like literally that, and that's why people.
I don't
are
even think it
praising
looks that good. I don't think. I'm like, what is good?
I mean,
like,
it looks good, but it looks
what-
like that style. So
it does
everyone
nothing
that,
to me.
Yeah.
It
they're
does
like,
nothing
that's
to me.
it.
Yeah.
You know,
People
it's,
tell me I need to play video games outside of Pokemon, but I feel like everyone who does is living a sad life, man.
Dude, I got I think I did this on my other stream. I got Octopath Traveler 0 and I'm having so much fun. There's nothing in this. It was a game key card, but it's so much fun. I'm having a blast playing this.
yeah.
Every night, dude. It's so much fun. It's so
I do
good.
think there are other style, like unless you do like a crazy random style, that's like acceptable as well. In the like, oh, let's try this like really crazy like thing like Octopath Traveler where it's like 2D, 3D, whatever.
Yeah.
Experimental style,
I just think, yeah, I stand by it. I really think from what we've seen from Gen 10, I do not think it's going to be an absolute mess like Scarlet and Violet. Like
No.
BDSP
agreed.
was embarrassing, but it was like, every game that was like a little shaky by Pokemon, by Game Freak, there was an excuse. You could be like, well, it's their first game on home console, or well, it's a Pokemon Go, it's another Kanto game, so it's not a real game. Oh, BDSP, well, it's buggy, but Game Freak didn't make it. And then Scarlet and Violet came out.
Arceus right after.
Yeah,
That helped.
yeah, yeah. Arceus is sick, and then Scarlet and Violet came out, and it's like, not only is like the ugliest, the worst performing, it's super buggy. And there was no excuse. It's like, listen, this is your like, what are you doing? It's just,
Yeah.
it's embarrassing. And so I
Pretty
think
much.
it just solidified for the last 4 years, or the last 3 years. People.
Not 4, bro. We're getting to 4.
Yeah, it's gonna be 4, and I think people are just like, that's a whole generation of people who have just assumed that Pokemon sucks, and it kind of
Do you
like,
remember like a year or two after Scarlet and Violet, Game Freak moved out of their office and moved into the same building with Nintendo, and it felt like that moment in like school when the teacher goes, "Hey," to your friend and goes, "You're gonna come sit up at the front of the classroom by my desk." That's what I felt like. It was like, ooh,
dude,
you know?
yeah. That was me. I always had like, what do they call it? Like behavior. They were always like, they're trying to like implement behavior
Policy
rules. Yeah, they were like, we'll try this so he's a good boy and doesn't interrupt class. But I had the best. I had the best jokes. No one wanted to hear them. They wanted to learn about numbers or whatever.
Nerds.
I know. Yeah. So
Gen 10 has 4 years.
my voice is killing me.
Time.
I think we got to wrap up.
It'll be good.
There's a demo for Pokopia, and there's a demo for Pokopia, and I watched. I think it was Philly Beats You did a video, and that was kind of cool.
Previews.
I'm excited. I'm excited to.
I'm way more excited now. Yeah, I know we got a wrap,
really good.
but it looks there's so much to actually talk about just Pokopia. To be honest,
like what the gameplay loop is specifically. Yeah, yeah. I'm pretty.
It's
pumped.
also like pretty much confirmed. It's a like co-developed game with Game Freak, and that's just
fun.
that's a whole nother level of things.
Yeah. Dude,
I
look at
saw
this.
something interesting. This kind of ties in Gen 10. That like Omori seems to be heavily involved in this game, and so that's made some people wonder: did he direct Gen 10? You know, is he as involved with Gen 10 as he has been?
There's this role that he's taking that I really like for him, which is he's like a general direct or like a producer or director, one of those. He was that over Beast of Reincarnation and Pokopia, and apparently he's the director of Gen 10. So it's like, how did he do all three of these things and like stay over it? I think he's just like a higher up and just like says, oh yeah, do this, and that's about it, while everyone else is doing the work. So I'm like kind of excited about the prospects of that. I think that's a great thing for him.
That actually is kind of cool because I think having someone in that role, like I guess I don't even know if that would have existed, but like having someone who can kind of like tether everything together, that's how you're able to, it's like you have general brand cohesion and oversight across all these different games. So they actually like, I talked about this in another video, like about how it's like, it's nice when these different titles and the spinoffs are in conversation with each other and it feels like they're all part of the same world, or like, you know, it's always weird when you play a spinoff and you're like, okay, it feels yucky when it's like breaking, you know, your understanding of whatever, you know, whatever it is that you're playing. You know, you're like, why isn't this in the main game? And if they do have someone who kind of is just like maintaining the consistency of the feel between all these things, that is pretty cool. But if he's in a producer, so you said he's a director, or what is? He's an executive producer.
Yeah, he's like the general director, I think is what it's called, if I remember correctly. It's either director or producer. But he's
because he created this. He
made
the
Pokopia.
game.
He made Pokopia, which is really crazy.
Yeah.
But he's the original idea creator. He built the game at first.
He said he was inspired by Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald.
Well, but there's a new interview, you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, with the previews, they like...
Oh, it's like literally today. I didn't see any of this.
Answered a bunch of questions. Well, yesterday, but yeah.
It's right. It's the first tweet, I think, that we have. But... that's what I mean. It's like it's a whole nother conversation. It's like higher up, higher up.
Oh,
we could literally do a whole podcast on this as well, just from
Dude,
his interview.
Ruby said, you know what he was inspired by? Secret bases.
He
said it was like the
he literally says
habitats
that
too.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Was a big because that was a big deal with Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald, was them making like new Pokemon environments and stuff. And he said that was also a big inspiration. For
this is great. All right, well, I'm gonna have to read this. I didn't even see this. This is great.
I also love that they're like. I hope that this is a sign for Gen 10 that there'll be things like this where we're hearing from them about the game. You know, you had it a little bit with Legend ZA with Tochigi, right? That was the director of ZA. He was kind of being more public about like just talking about the process or whatever. And that was something we really haven't seen since Sword and Shield, understandably so. So I'm hoping that Gen 10, we see more of that.
Yeah. It'd be cool. I love the whole like partnership thing that they're doing here, where it's like, I think that Game Freak just realized that they could be doing so much more if they just like oversee other people making their games. Like it just makes sense. I'm like, all right, let's do this. Let's go.
Yeah, I've always said
I'm happy about it.
Like, you know, Game Freak, they deserve their flowers when it comes to like their character creation, the world building. Like they've got awesome ideas, and they're masters at like literally the Pokemon in their world, right? It's their world. Like they're masters of that. But in terms of a game, I think I guess I don't really care. I don't really care who's working on the game. I mean, I guess I say that, but
Wow the goat.
having their oversight is still definitely important, because it's like I don't want these games to feel like, you know, just any other bogus monster collecting game. Like there is a specific magic to the Pokemon games, but in terms of the actual execution of this, like, yeah, dude, outsource. It's okay to outsource. Like, I love working with people on my projects, with people who are way better than me at whatever it is that we're doing. You know, there's no, you know what I'm saying? Like,
absolutely, but
I'll never
been
be the
like
best
that,
at
right?
everything. You know?
Yeah, they've never been like that. They've been like, we want to do it, we're doing it. You know, like and now it's like seems almost like they're turning a new leaf, and I'm like, I like this. I like this direction. Let's go.
Dude, this concept art is so cool to see. But let me see. Did we have any additional super chats that we missed? Let's see.
Maybe one.
If it did, it was a while ago.
I'm refreshing my stream.
Yeah, there's a lot going on. We're almost to Pokemon Day, so you know, just every week there's more stuff.
Yeah.
Especially in the leaks side of things. Lumi thinks that the starters will leak next week.
I think they will. Maybe even sooner.
I don't want that to happen.
I don't want it to happen either, but I think it'll happen.
All right, guys. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for all the super chats. This was super fun to talk about the ports today. I don't know. I'm really excited to see what these ports are how these are actually going to look. Is it actually just going to be like a physical release? Is it going to be I don't know. Is it going to be a separate app? Is it going to be a combo? Could there be additional features? There's still a lot of things up in the air. There's still a lot of things up in the air.
I think it's going to be fire red and leaf green.
yeah,
but yes, let's go.
How are we going to get it though? You know?
Yeah. We'll see.
eShop. That's my guess.
We'll see. Pokemon Day.
And if you guys
continues.
if you guys also want some Pokemon cards or plushies, anything like that, we've partnered up with Awesome CCG. You've been probably seeing some of their advertisements in our two most recent podcasts. Links are in the description. These people are great. They always have products. Go check them out if you're looking for cards. They're literally my local card shop. I go to them all the time. They got two locations, Massachusetts and New Hampshire. Great people. They love Pokemon. The owner of the shop messaged me this morning and was like, did you see the Pokemon ports? Did you guys cover it? And I was like, not yet, but we're about to go live. Links are in the description. They made us like a custom Hidden Power podcast link. It'll look like this. We're still prettying it up a little bit, but it'll have all these quick little links for you to get to whatever you want. They got Pokemon cards. They have all sorts of stuff. I literally love going to there.
Plushies.
Dude, they got plushies. They got role-playing games, board games. I love anytime I'm out and about, I stop by, and they're so awesome because even if, like, let's say, like, there's a new set, like a Pokemon set, even if there's a new set and it's, like, so difficult to find, they will, at the very least, have tons of Japanese cards from literally the last, 3 years, sometimes even further. They've got singles. They got everything. Go check it out. Awesome CCG. And thank you guys for watching. Appreciate you guys.
Yes.
This was super fun.
Yeah, it was.
Thanks so much, guys.
Dude,
Bye, guys.
my voice is killing me right now. Guys, thank you so much. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
Yeah. Peace.
Out.